Y'all here? Y'all ready?
Yeah, so when we last left off, we had gone into the mines and made
Yeah.
our way to the end of the mine
Mm-hmm.
when we encountered a band of the evil clerics, along with a couple boss types, a wizard and a barbarian who almost wrecked Natalia, but we managed to basically kill them all. The wizard tried to surrender, but Saska, in his grief of losing over 40 dwarves of this town, killed him in cold blood. And then we managed to just get to Escanor's father in time so that he's basically going to make it now. And we are at the end of the mine, going to continue to investigate these evil doers.
Well done,
You
sir.
also you also forgot that we were not actually very stealthy going through the mine. It started off pretty badly with us lighting a torch, and it just went downhill from there. We tripped a couple of traps. They knew we were coming, and it was a hot mess.
Don't steal my XP.
Okay, yeah, so unless anyone had anything else to add, so when you got into this room, I never got a chance to like describe what exactly you see. So before you guys do stuff or whatever, let me just like when you walked in here and the fighting was over, let me just tell you what you guys saw quickly.
Okey-dokey.
Give me a second. Okay, so in here you will find there are a bunch of deceased dwarves scattered across the room, in a bit of a bloody mess. There are clearly two bodies that stand out as they are human. They're dressed in just plain clothes. One's male, one's female. I don't know if that matters to you.
Plain clothes, like
Just normal clothes. Nothing.
no. I'll let you finish, and then I'll tell you what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
focusing on.
Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, there's just miscellaneous tools around, or half dug up and stuff like that. Nothing specific. Yeah.
Like the entire town of the dwarves is. You said there were
So
like 40 dwarves, right?
yeah, so in the village you encountered approximately 20-25 that were dead in their beds. Um, and throughout the
Okay.
mine you found maybe like this would be the conclusion of those dwarves. So in that other
Okay.
area you found like two or three. In here is the remainder. Right? Whatever how many I
Same
said, it's the remainder. It's approximately, it looks like everyone's here. Doesn't look like there's any.
same kind of wounds. Like the others had their throats cut, right?
So the ones in the town, you saw they were in their beds and they had their throats cut. These ones look like they died kind of half fighting, like they have wounds in their back and their sides, mainly from that great axe from that orc. And some of them look like they have like not self-inflicted wounds, but wounds from like mining tools. So just a quick reminder, this would trigger to your character like clearly murderous commands were used here against them. And yeah, if you want to look closer, you can let me know what you're looking
I have
for.
a quick question, just
Yeah.
knowledge-wise, and if you want me to roll like history for this.
Sure.
I'm wanting to know what area and region orcs would be common to in this world.
Okay. What knowledge do you have ranks in? Do you have history or geography?
Oh damn, I guess I don't. I just rolled the history the one time because oh no, I have one in history.
I'm a ranger.
Yeah.
I'm a ranger.
Could I also roll a history check?
Not if she does. This is her out of character asking. She's thinking this. So if she in character asks you guys, then yes. But if not, then no.
Well, we'll see
Sorry,
what
that
I
was me.
can
That was
figure
me
out
medding.
first.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying like. It would be weird if you all just started recalling this information without her asking you anything.
You know,
So
the orcs are found in the.
So hold
the
on.
other
Yeah, go on.
possible one I would say is knowledge nobility, just trying to know where the potential noble orcs are from. But I could do history if you prefer. It's not as good as nobility. But
Yeah, so sorry, you don't have any geography, just history and nobility?
Yeah, I only have Arcana, History, and Nobility. Unfortunately, I don't have Geography.
Wait, you have Arcana history?
Arcana, History, Nobility.
Sorry. I thought you were saying like one thing. Sorry.
No,
My brain
sorry.
today. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's all
roll me
good.
history. Roll me history.
Damn.
Okay, give me a second. Let me look at the map. So, because you grew, or I'm not going to reveal stuff about you or whatever. Because you would basically know with that check, you would know orcs are generally around any mountainous areas. Usually, they could be in. They're mostly in like the more natural areas. They're not near like cities. They're usually near like mountainous areas or foresty areas.
So, like, Ice Crown Mountains?
Yeah, you if you traveled up the Ice Crown Mountains, you would expect to find orcs around somewhere, for sure.
And, just to refresh my memory, didn't we figure out that that crate sitting outside had the symbol of Ice Crown Mountains on it?
That is correct.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry. Did
So
anyone
you said
else?
there was a human. You said there were 2 humans.
There are 2 humans in here. Yes. If you want to take a closer look at them, you can give me a perception check, and I want to know what are you looking for when you're looking at these bodies.
I want to know if Escanor knows who they are.
Sure.
Maybe they're family members or something like that. I turned to Escanor. Do you know either? Are they dead? They're dead, right?
They are dead. Yes, deceased.
My perception check is looking at the body, specifically trying to see if the missing guards appear to be here anywhere.
You do not see any people here that. I mean, these 2 could be guards, but they're not wearing any of the guard attire. But they also, with that perception check, while you're looking at them, I don't see your perception check, Jaeger, by the way, if you were trying to look at anything. Or Escanor, if you were trying to answer his question or whatever. But from these perception checks, so Natalia and Saskia, you would know this. These look like they are well-built people. Like they're not civilians. They look like they were warriors or fighters or something. Like they look very
Right.
muscular.
So the thing to check would be like their hands, see
Mhm.
what kind of calluses they have,
Yeah,
to see if they have
they clearly
training wounds.
Yeah, they clearly look like they have seen combat, and that they look to be experienced warriors. They have some battles, like healed up battle
What are
scars.
they wearing?
They're wearing like simple clothes, like whatever clothes like you would be wearing under your armor and stuff like that. Not for you specifically, but for like Escanor or Natalia, whatever you're wearing under your armor is that kind of garb they'd be wearing.
So if you wanted to know, John, that garb is called a gambeson. Gambes.
Sure, that's what they're wearing.
Oh no, a pit has opened up underneath Saska.
Yeah. Did Saska want to? Did he ask Escanor to look at these, see if he recognized them, or did that happen? Like, sorry.
Yes.
Give him just a minute, guys.
Yeah.
He's still having connection issues, and he's trying to get on his laptop and see if it works better on there.
Do you want me to wait for him, or do you want me to just keep going?
I don't know if this will make a difference, John, but
Yeah.
the other day in ZT, Jaeger was having really bad issues, even though it was perfectly fine for me. And I went into the settings and just changed the Discord to like a different region, and then changed it back to the region I normally keep it in, and things fixed for him. I don't know if that could potentially help fix things for Jose.
Well, hang on.
Is he having like entire computer problems, or is this like a Discord issue?
That's what I'm asking. He says he can hear fine now. It was a Discord problem, and now it was kicking him out of Roll20.
Oh, okay. Then never mind then. I was just thinking it. I thought it was just Discord that was giving him issues, and for some reason, Jaeger was having issues connecting to ZT the other day, even though I was connected just fine, and
Yeah.
I changed the region and then changed it back, and all of a sudden it worked fine.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So I want to make sure.
Well, hold on. Is Jose good to go, or are we all good?
Yeah, I'm good to go right now.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. Go on.
We searched all the bodies, right?
Yeah, I believe so. We can double check the loot.
I don't think we searched these bodies, at least these plainclothes people, which I would like to do to see
Yeah.
if they have anything. Not like I'm trying to take their shit, I'm just trying to see if they have anything that
Yeah,
might give
yeah.
us a little bit more information about who they are.
Yeah.
I'd like to know if what happened to. So right now, I just want to let you know the frame of mind Sasuke is in is where the hell are all the guards? These were supposed to be like the paladin. They were supposed to be paladin guards, right?
So do you recall how many guards were sent here and how many paladins were stationed here? Do you remember any of this? If not, I
I
can
don't.
remind
I'm
you.
sorry.
No,
There
it's
were
okay.
supposed to be 5 that were sent here.
Correct. Do you guys remember how many paladins were stationed here to guard the mine? If not,
I do
I'll
not.
just tell you your characters would remember because it literally would just have happened.
I don't remember how many were supposed to be here. I just know
Yeah.
that they sent 5.
Yeah, so there were, Jay let you know that there were 5 city guards that they sent here to check it out. Humans, so supposedly they should be somewhere here. And there were 2 paladins stationed here that you're aware of that were supposed to be here
So
as
there
well.
should be 7 guards here, and we only found 2.
How
if these are
many,
the guards, yeah.
Can you do one more recollection for me?
Yeah.
How many of the kind of generic hooded people did we fight?
Should
Not
have been
cast.
4 or 5, I
4.
believe.
4, because I got 4 masterwork swords.
No,
no,
there's
one
5.
fell
One
down the
fell in
hole.
the pit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There were 5 clerics and 1 wizard, 1 orc barbarian. Human wizard.
So this is Sasuke just musing out loud. You know, the wizard kind of gave the impression that he was a hireling. Okay, like he tried to surrender, that they hired him. Yet he had all these notes and stuff on him. So I'm not sure if I buy. We got to go through the notes and figure out who is the real leader here. Was it
If
the
only we
clerics?
could question him.
He is very much dead.
Do the bodies of the 5
Mhm.
non-wizard, like the 5 clerics, do
Mhm.
they appear to have any of the same resemblance as like these others? Like they have seen fighting of any sort? Like more like,
So there's only 4 bodies you can look at, unless you grab the
Yeah.
one in those pits.
no, that's fine.
And
I'll check the floor.
They don't look as like battle tested as these 2 other bodies do. So they look like how a cleric would look. Like they don't look like they have very much hands-on like fighting.
Also,
that
I
they've
want to make sure that Escanor's father's okay. We don't.
He
I
is
know we're sort of
unconscious
procrastinating.
and yeah, he's just like passed out, but he is like stabilized because Shiraz did heal him, give him
I
some
mean,
healing.
Natalia's just having the random thoughts of there were 5 guards that were sent here that are magically missing, yet we fought 5 clerics, 2 paladins that are magically missing, and there's 2 paladins dead that were supposed to be stationed and guarding here. Like, I don't know. This is just her like wondering, and I have no clue if this is really going anywhere, but like unless we like find out where these guards magically went, but like are the guards in on this, and are the guards the like clerics that we just killed?
It's a good theory.
Could a cleric pass as a paladin?
How
Pretty
would
easily,
one do
actually.
that? I don't know if you were asking me that. Sorry, I don't know if this was like an
Yeah,
in-character question.
I mean, we're just kind of brainstorming here, so I don't know whether it's in character or out of character that we're brainstorming. But I'm just,
Well, if it was,
I'm just,
sorry, go on.
I'm just saying, how hard would it be for a cleric to pass for a paladin?
I think that's a good in-character question. I think Shiraze says this out loud as she thinks that, and you guys can answer.
Yeah.
I think you guys can guess on that. I don't think I need to tell you. But
It sounds like Sasuke might have some ideas.
Probably pretty easily. They're both, fairly religious people. They both, have access to divine magics. One is more martial than the other, but how do you look at someone and say that person's more martial?
some good theory crafting here.
So,
Yeah, sorry. Cool.
how do we know whether or not Escanor would recognize the
Oh,
the
sorry.
dead?
I forgot that was asked. Can he roll me a perception check? If that's possible.
Yeah, as soon as I open my window. 1 sec.
Yeah, no worries. He's a native to Frontera, so he's pretty sure he's seen these guys walk around as paladins. There's not many paladins. There's like 20 to 30, so he thinks he recognizes them. He's not 100% sure, but he's pretty sure that these are 2 paladins.
Why are the paladins in plain clothes? I mean, I guess, would they be in their, like, garb while they're guarding, like, their normal paladin attire?
I think they were taken prisoner.
Knowledge, nobility, and I'll let you know one based on your check. Okay, yeah. With that check, you know it's very unusual for paladins not to be in their half plate armor when they're
How
on
did they
guard
die?
duty.
How did they die?
They just look
Same
wounded.
way?
Yeah, like general fighting wounds, like stab wounds and stuff like that.
So somebody took their gear.
So, no.
good-
I want to make sure. When you say general wounds, okay, I'm using... You remember how I told you I was going to sort of turn Sasuke into a more investigatory type of person? So,
Yeah.
were these paladins killed by murderous command, or were they killed by the orc?
You do see a big axe wound in one of them. You see sword wounds in the other. I don't know if that would answer your question, but that's all.
And it does. So, in fighting, I fought the clerics. We fought them twice now. Is that correct? Once in the basement with the rats, and
yeah.
once here. Are they
Yes.
fairly competent? I don't want to say warriors, because are they fairly competent in a fight? Could these clerics have taken out a paladin? Because I imagine paladins to be rather
Yeah, so you
badass.
I think that's a question that you can answer yourself based on everything. You fought 5 of them. It's based on what you think. Could they have killed 2 paladins? Could they have killed them by surprise? Could they have ambushed them? Could they have done... There's a number of things that could have happened, right? So it's up to you to figure that out.
Is there any way to determine, and I honestly don't know if there's any way for us to determine this, but I'm just curious, I'm asking, is there any way for us to determine if they just weren't wearing their armor for some weird reason, or if they were killed and then their armor was stripped off of them and taken?
If you tell me how you're trying to figure that out, maybe, because I personally don't know how you would figure that out just by looking at them.
The only way I could think of is obviously if they were wearing their armor during the fight. I feel like there would be a little bit of a difference in how the wounds would look.
Okay.
The wounds, so if they weren't wearing the armors, the wounds would be big, right? Because
Yeah, no, that
because
makes
the
sense.
sword has nothing to go through. But if they're wearing the armor would block a little bit of it, and they might not be quite as perfect wounds. The wounds might not be quite perfect.
Yeah, give me another
How much
perception check.
bruising is there around the wound, really?
Yeah, give me whoever's if Natalia's just thinking this, give me a perception check. If you're asking everyone
Are you thinking, or are you asking out loud?
Right now I'm thinking.
Yeah, so as Natalia looks closer, you can tell the wounds are they look less severe, as if they were to have been hit by those weapons. You personally have been hit by that axe. If they were not wearing armor, the wounds would be much larger and more extravagant. It looks like they were wearing something to lessen the blows.
Okay, where's their armor now?
So
That's weird.
Out loud, I'm saying it looks like someone took the armor off of these paladins after they were killed, which worries me that someone is going to attempt to masquerade as paladins back in town.
Well, if they're gonna do that, they're gonna masquerade as paladins with giant fucking holes in their armor.
I mean, they might be able to repair the armor.
I think it's weird that they're down here. Were they killed elsewhere, John? Can we tell?
Did you give me another perception?
Well, perception. I can do perception. I also have heal.
Uh,
I'd much rather do perception, though. My perception is for the roof.
you're trying to determine their like state of like
I
death
wanna
and
know if they
stuff.
were
Give me a
dragged
heal
here.
check. Yeah, give me a
Wouldn't
heal check.
that be your tracking then? That you would look and see if there were tracks? You can see drag marks.
Possibly.
It's
It's
a
up to
big mess
John.
in here. There was a fight in here. I'm gonna say you can't really tell with looking for tracks. With if Shirazé is helping you, I assume that's what the heal check was.
Yeah,
so both
I'm
of you can kind of
examining the bodies.
yeah. So both of you kind of conclude that they definitely weren't killed here. It looks like they were brought in here. Looks like the wounds
Weird.
are.
Why were they brought? So this is Hoska out loud. This is weird. Why were they brought here? I mean,
And
this is the
Maybe
bottom of a mine.
Maybe
Better
show the
place
dead
to hide
bodies to
bodies.
Escanor's dad. Or
Why
try
was
to get
Escanor's
the dad to
dad
cooperate.
Yeah. So sorry. Hold on. Just because Escanor said something important. So he said. Sorry. Say that again. What you said.
Good place
What
to
better
hide
place to
bodies.
hide bodies?
Right, so as you're looking at the two humans, you'll also notice it looked like the rest of the doors that are in here, it doesn't look like they died in here. It looks like they were brought here as well.
So they're
yeah.
just killing people, maybe hiding the bodies in the mine.
It's possible that we're trying to get information from my father by killing these guys one at a time.
Yeah, and just bringing the bodies in and being like, until you tell us what we want to know, we're just gonna keep piling the bodies up.
So
I
I
think our best.
look at Escanor and I say, what information do you think your father has that was so important? Yeah, we should get him back to
Hold on, before you
someplace
answer
where
that-
we can treat him.
Hold on, Bella, sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say our best bet. I feel like at this point is to get Escanor's dad back to safety, get
Okay.
him conscious, and ask him what these people wanted from him.
We also need to tell Jay what happened. If there's people trying to masquerade as paladins, he needs to know.
Yeah,
And sorry,
the
Escanor, you were responding
assassination.
to... Yeah, sorry, everyone's saying things.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say the assassination attempts might continue, and now they might be literally people in the Paladin Guard.
Agreed, but we need to do this as we get back to town. We can't afford to waste any more.
At this point, Glitter would disagree. Just to disagree, though.
The other thing is, guys, whoever did this, they have. Can we tell how long they've been?
How long they've been dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, from your checks, you can tell that they've been dead a similar time to the dwarves you found in the village. So it's been about a week, I think I told you at this point.
All right.
So they're already.
Whoever
Then
did
they're
this,
already
they have a
back.
week head start.
Yeah, so we need to hightail it back to town and warn Jay that there might be people posing in the Paladin Guard.
This is me just thinking out loud now. It's like, that's why none of the paladins moved when the king was shot.
I think this might have been going on for a while.
All the other royal guards moved except for the paladins.
Interesting observation.
Question to God, was that just coincidence?
I can't remember exactly the movement that happened, but I'm pretty sure that it may have just been a timing of my clicking and moving, but I'm pretty sure I moved the paladin in front of the king pretty quickly after that happened.
Oh, okay.
If I didn't, it was not
I could
my
have swore
intention.
that you didn't move them, but I don't think. Again, I was just thinking out loud, but then I realized maybe that was just coincidence.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say something. There was no. So yeah, it's a good thought. There was no paladins visible that didn't look like they were having the king's interest or something. Like they all looked like they were trying to protect him. And it was mentioned earlier. I don't know if anyone heard like Sasuke say that. Oh, they took that armor. They probably have holes in it and stuff. You did not notice any paladins with damaged armor in town. If you were trying to recall that or anything. But yes, their armor probably would have been damaged if it pierced their armor and hit their skin and stuff. So you probably would
Do
expect...
paladins wear cloaks though?
Where? Sorry, what?
Cloaks, especially paladins protecting a king. Wouldn't they be wearing like
No,
large cloaks?
none. The paladins you have seen do not wear cloaks at all. They just have their normal armor with the crest on it. I believe it's the silver scales.
Okay.
Just want to make sure my notes are accurate.
How long or difficult would it be to repair something like that? Like, would that armor be repairable, or is like damage in an armor like that beyond repair?
It would be repairable, but it would be noticeable by like a really good blacksmith could probably do a pretty good job that you probably wouldn't notice right off the bat. But you definitely would be impossible to like mask it completely. That being said, there is a magical spell called Mending. I don't know if clerics have access to that, but if all the materials were there, theoretically, a mending spell could fix it perfectly.
I mean, we are in a mine with tons of ore.
Is there a smithy in town?
There is not. There is no forge in town.
Okay, that's really what I was, not necessarily a blacksmith, the person, but more like a...
Yeah.
place,
There's no
yeah.
forge.
Well, here's the other thing to consider, guys. It was, early afternoon when we entered the mine, and I'm guessing that we're not going to really get out of here until evening time. We're wounded, we've taken damage. Should we make camp for the night and strike out tomorrow morning, or do you guys think we should push through the night?
Just to quickly on that, I was going to remind you what time. Yeah, you came in here late afternoon. So the time you've been in here, by the time you step out of this mine, I'm assuming it's going to be like early evening time. So it's just getting dark kind of thing.
I've been keeping track in my notes, and that's why I was reminding everybody, because
time is important.
My worry of traveling I have no issue traveling at night, but if we encounter anything and actually have to fight, it's gonna be a little on the difficult side for others to fight at night. I mean, I have no problem going, and I can take the lead, and we can try to be stealthy and hopefully not attract anything.
would it be too creepy for us to spend the night in the town?
Nah. Just move some of the dwarves out of their bed.
You would have
How
known
far-
that they're... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
How far away is Prontera by flight? Like if I was a bird and I could fly, could I make it there in a day?
Sorry, make it where?
Prontera,
If you were a bird?
correct.
I'd have to look up the fly speed, but it's maybe.
I have a spell that here's the spell.
I'm just getting the distance real quick. The mines are about 45 miles away from Prontera in a straight line, so if you were a bird, that's how fast or how far you'd have to go.
So if a bird could fly 45 miles an hour, I could make it there in an hour?
Sure. Yep.
Okay, well then I think I can get a message to the prince.
So
That
I'm just reading the
spell
spell.
Yeah, that spell lasted a day per month.
Then perhaps we need to send a message to the prince. We can, take the evening and bury the dwarves and then spend the night in this ghost town. But Saska, make sure that whatever you do, it's not, that someone just casually intercepting that message wouldn't be able to understand what it was.
Yeah.
We do have to remember that this is just a theory that someone might be, dressed up pretending to be a paladin. I'm just not sure why else they would take these paladins' armor. And obviously, I'm assuming we don't see it laying around here anywhere.
I mean,
Nope.
I know that I'm not
Okay,
the
so-
most street smart of people, but I just feel like that, we need to be very cautious in who we trust, and that's where I'm coming from on this.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since baddies may have infiltrated the ranks of the paladins, potentially.
So what's the game plan?
Well, for now, we need to get Escanor's father out of the mine and go back to town and find a place to at least hole up for a night.
Okay.
That's what I suggest.
Well, where did someone's character just go?
Shawzy just moved.
Oh,
a
okay.
little bit.
I didn't see it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, are you guys going forward with that? You're just gonna gather Escanor's dad up and head towards the village?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oops. So. No metagaming. Question may be a little bit obvious, but are you guys just heading straight out of the entrance of the mine, or are you guys doing anything specific, or are you just picking up his dad and you're walking out?
I think that we're, at least I'm speaking for me, I think we're just walking out of the mine.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Do you
Mhm.
think Cereal has any, like, so like other people would like say a prayer for the dead? What do you think, like Cereal? Like, what do you think they would do?
What do you mean, like a follower of Serial, like what they would do when someone
Yeah.
dies, kind of thing?
Yeah, like a death rites like thing.
Yeah, so she's the goddess of the moon and darkness. So I think her view on death, I mean, you can formulate this with me if you disagree, but I think her view on death would be it's something that happens. It's not something to be like she's not the goddess of death, so she's not like super happy
Yeah.
about it, but it's kind of like it's not a big deal. Death happens,
Yeah.
and it's like kind of a little bit in her domain, but yeah, like part of your like paying respects to the death would be like, oh, it's not really a big deal, kind of thing. Like it wouldn't be like a big deal when someone like would die. It wouldn't be like, oh, it's such a sad time. It's just like, no, it's part of life. Like that happens. And also being a Dampier, like death isn't like super relevant to like. I mean, you're a living creature, but it's kind of like you're like kind of almost undead. But yeah.
I don't know if this would be weird, but I feel like Dampiers would have some sort of culture where, like,
Mhm.
yes, that happens, but you pay respect to those who, like, died combatively, since they have a very,
Okay.
like, combat-oriented culture.
Yeah. I mean, that can be your specific family's interpretation
Yeah.
of the god. Like that's what you guys do, and then, like, obviously, like different people do different stuff. So yeah, that's perfectly good. Yeah.
I don't know. This is as just weird ass thing she's gonna do that I've decided that is her thing is she's gonna go around to everyone who I feel like died and like died combatively, like for I don't want to say good cause, but at least like I don't know, died for a purpose or whatever you want to call it. Like these people, not the people we fought, but like the others.
They
Yeah,
don't get
like
any prayers.
no, fuck them. The people
Okay.
we fought, fuck them. But I'm actually going to like walk around, and as we leave, like every dead body I see, I'm going to actually like this is gonna sound really weird, but whatever. Roll with it. I'm a Dampier. I'm
Okay.
going to take some of my blood from my wounds and just like make like the like upside down like half moons on each of their
Ooh.
foreheads.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So,
Would they have any identifiers on them?
who?
The the dead, essentially, not the enemies, but the
Like the dwarves or the humans or all of them?
Both.
They're all. I mean, when you search their bodies, they don't have anything like in their pockets or anything. There's nothing super identifiable about them. Like maybe some of them has like a scar here or there. But I don't know what exactly you're looking for. Just like to see if you could identify who this exactly is.
Yeah, like who they were, so we could. My thought was I could notify their family.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, you from your old check, I'm not gonna give you a new check, but you definitely recognize these two humans as paladins. There's very few of them, so if you you quickly look at their faces, you can describe them, and you'll be able to talk to anyone who works with the paladins. They'll be able to tell you who they were, but you would, off the top of your head, you do not know who these people are. The dwarves, you recognize a few of them here and there because you've visited here once in a while to see your dad and stuff like that, but no one's super a special dwarf that's super known or something. They're just common dwarves that lived here.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose my father would probably have a registry of them, so we could address that later.
Yeah, and there aren't the dwarven people that work here. None of them live in Prontera. They're all people from the Ice Crown Mountains, and they come here on work. They come here to work for a few months, and then they go back. And some new dwarves come and work for a few months, and they, you know what I mean? It's like a rotation.
Yeah.
Of dwarves that want to come and work in the mines here.
Well, what are we gonna do about the bot? I mean, there's literally bodies lying around. Do we want to remove them from the mine and burn them? Burying them seems like a giant task for just the four of us.
I mean, not if you
does
dig a
anyone
hole
have-
big enough.
It's a big hole. Okay, it's 40 dwarves.
I kind of want to burn the orc.
The orc and the wizard and the clerics I don't care about.
I want to burn them so no one can res them and bring them back with some creepy ass fucking necromancy shit.
I mean, there's
Goddamn
probably
moose
enough
fuckers.
charcoal around. Or coal.
Sure, yeah, you can find coal around if you want.
Just light this whole fucking cave on fire and say, fuck.
Jesus, Escanor's gonna turn to a pyro.
I don't think that's wise, Escanor. I've read an account of mines catching on fire and rendering whole areas uninhabitable because they just continually...
Does anyone have any paper? That was a legitimate question. Does anyone have any paper?
I'm sure we can find some in the town.
Yeah,
I
so
don't have any paper.
I think you picked up a bunch
Okay.
of papers from that wizard. He probably has a few spare pages in one of his books or whatever you could rip out and write on.
So I have the ability to summon a tiny creature, such as a bird, attach
You
a
can
message to it,
summon it?
and I can. Yeah.
Not with
Read
that
the
spell,
spell?
you linked. Yeah, I read it. You don't summon it. You might
No,
want to
it
read
was
your
like
spell.
go outside and you compel a creature with food to come to you and do your bidding, basically.
Oh, I didn't know Natalia was a ranger. Looks like she knows your spells better than you do. Anyways, do you want to go
Well,
outside and
I'm
do that? I'm just joking. But yeah, you have to
also,
do that.
I just want to point out,
Mm-hmm.
Using some of the type of food desirable to the animal as a lure, you call the animal to you.
Yeah, so do you have type of food on you that would be desirable to an
I just
animal?
wanted to point out that we looted a notebook you were asking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should just probably head out of here. I just want to do one more perception check, make sure nothing else we haven't noticed or thought of to pick up that we might be wanting to take with us, because it's just been a while and my mind doesn't recall everything that may have dropped or looted or things in here.
So I just want to double check. I think you guys did take all the items from them, right?
Yeah, we
The
took
guys
all
we
the
killed.
items from the people's, the guys we killed, their
Yeah.
bodies. I just
Okay,
want to
yeah.
make sure looking
Yep.
around this area,
Yeah, so that's all that is worthwhile taking, unless you're looking for anything specific. Like there's random
Well,
ores
I'm
around.
not even necessarily looking for things worthwhile, but anything else that's
Mm-hmm.
would be of any information of to why these people were here, what they were doing here, anything that looks important, not necessarily just like loot.
Yeah, no, there's. It looks like you guys have looted what you thought was worthwhile.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, team. We carefully head out.
I also, I'm not opposed to burning the bodies. I'm saying this while we walk. I can walk and talk. I'm not opposed to burning the bodies, but I feel like we should wait until we're getting ready to leave in order to start burning the bodies. That way we're not, if their plan was to hide the bodies, we don't want to let them know that that plan has changed.
Is there something in here I can just put over this goddamn stupid hole in the floor so we don't have to jump over it?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to walk out. I just want to know how you guys are leaving. Are you guys just walking out casually, being quiet or loud, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna still be very fucking cautious because goddamn it, I just about and should have died. So I'm going to be like looking around, being careful, being quiet, checking everything out once more as we head.
Are you
Shiraz?
all doing that?
I was going to say Shiraz is also being quiet because she recognizes that Natalia almost died, and she feels guilty because she knows that she made noise and stuff when we were coming in.
Okay.
And so she's also trying to be quiet. As quiet as you can while also, carrying dead weight.
Okay, so you guys get to here. I'm assuming. So I just want to check. Everyone is moving silently. No one's talking.
I'm in the back.
You're in the back. Okay. Sorry. Move yourselves as you would. I'll let you know. You guys see something at this point, basically. So move how you guys would be walking. It might not be super important, but I just want just for the record.
Yeah, I guess Shiraza would be helping me. I'll be in the front.
Okay.
Of her, that is.
Okay. As you get to this point, so you guys were all being quiet, right? So roll me stealth checks if you guys were trying to be quiet. And perception
Lord.
checks.
There we go. Ooh, that was actually not bad for me.
Ooh. Okay, so when you get to this point... Okay. When you guys get to this point... let me look at these perceptions.
15 is that's me rolling a 1.
Jesus. Okay, so... so yeah, when you get to this point, everyone kind of hears a low growl. How far can you see? Natalia's in the front, right?
Mm-hmm. I can see all the way out. I don't know if
Okay.
that's intended, but I can see literally all the way to the exit.
Yeah, there's light coming out, so if people can see that, give me a second, I will drag on. You see a wolfy boy at the front growling. You guys can hear this. I'm just gonna make it bigger so you can see it, but it's not that big. It's a normal sized wolf. It's not doing anything like running at you. It's just sitting there like when it clearly noticed you guys and just started like giving you like a warning growl.
I wonder if it's attracted by the smell of the dead flesh and wants to eat.
What would you guys like to do?
Is it threatening us?
I want to calm it down. See
Why
if
don't you
it's
let
like...
me do that?
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's take this step by step. So, let me just describe the situation a little more, just so you guys are clear what's happening. So you guys are walking up quietly, and as you're quiet, you I guess you guys would notice each other at the same time because you guys are being pretty quiet. But you guys just see the dog or the wolf, and the wolf sees you. You guys kind of make eye contact, and then when it sees you, just starts like giving like a low growl. It's like, like it's just like it looks like it's not charging at you. It looks like it's just like it's kind of like giving you. With the Shiraze's perception check, she knows this wolf is kind of being like territorial. Like it's giving off this vibe to you that if you come to it, it will try to attack you. But if you stay where you are, it's gonna leave you alone. So with that, before you do anything else, I'll just give you that information. Then let me know what you want to do.
I will turn back to the group and be like, this wolf is going to eat us if we get closer. What do you want to do?
It doesn't look like it'll like be. It doesn't look like it's super savage. It just looks like it's.
I know. I
Doesn't
was.
want you to. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
meaning the like in the words like it's
I'm
going to
probably
attack.
going to put away my bow, take a non-threatening stance, and use my wild empathy on it.
Okay. Can you throw that in chat for me? I just don't remember exactly how that. It's the diplomacy thing, right? You can move its attitude with handle animal.
I actually have a skill set up for it, but I've now rolled 2 ones in a row.
Is this wild empathy roll correct? Like that's your roll?
Yep.
Okay. So what exactly do you do here?
I'm just looking at it, trying to determine what its action is going to be. Trying to present a non-threat.
Yeah.
I'm
so,
not a threat.
Yeah, so you can go kind of close to it, but as you're getting close, so wait, what is this roll doing? It's saying like your perception of it, or you're trying to actually change its attitude?
This is my. It's literally a diplomacy roll for animals.
So what happens when you fail? The ranger must be
It
within 30
doesn't
feet.
like you.
The wolf eats his face.
The ranger can use his ability to influence a beast. Blah blah blah. Yeah,
And what's
so-
this wolf's intelligence? Because
Fail.
if
If you
it's a 1 or a
if you
2
failed the check by 4 or less, the character's attitude towards you is unchanged. If you fail by 5 or more, the character's attitude towards you is decreased by 1 step.
So as you try to like make a non-threatening gesture, it looks like the wolf misinterprets what you're doing, and he gets really angry, and he's like ready to attack you if you step 1 step closer to him. He looks like he was kind of like sitting. Now he's like up on his legs, and his tail's like wagging, like he's ready to like run at you if you take another step toward him.
Oh, his tail's wagging. He's friendly.
And I cannot retry.
What do you guys do? Do you guys just stand off with this pupper for a bit?
Do we have any
Um,
food? Maybe we could throw him some food.
Yeah, we could toss some rations at it.
Question: what is he seeing when he's looking towards us? Does he just see a single fire?
Sorry, what you cut out there at the end? Does he just see a single what?
What? Yeah, from his perspective, like, does he only see one person because he can't see the rest of us since we're all kind of standing in?
I mean, I don't think you can know what the wolf sees. But you can definitely tell that he has noticed Saska, or he's noticed you all, or he's made eye contact in your direction. And you started hearing the growl as soon as you guys reached that point. Like you didn't hear it before then. And as soon as like you noticed the wolf and it appeared, he noticed you. He started growling and trying to like be territorial with this area here.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Shirazade to just let me carry the weight, and she can help them if need be.
I mean, at this point, there's not much we can do. He thinks we're a threat. What else are we going to do? Just stand here until he decides to go away?
No, it seems like we have no choice but to kill him.
You hear a whistle, and this pupper immediately changes his attitude and runs out of the mine.
The fuck?
So he runs out.
Who just whistled the fucking pupper?
Okay, I'm going to make my way towards the front of the mine and see who whistled.
Okay, give me a second.
Are you doing this stealthily, or are you just sort of...
Probably not.
I mean,
I'm
the
not
guy
being terribly
knows
noisy, but...
Bob was growling at something.
Give me a second. I need to get this other map ready for you. So yeah, so let me just explain to me what exactly you're doing.
I go to about here and I stop and see if I can see outside the mine who did the whistle.
So you're doing this like immediately after the dog
Correct.
left, right?
Dog turns around, walks away. I basically step forward.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, I'm also going to take to unlimber my bow, which I limbered.
So, when you look outside the mine, you see two. Actually, I'll just bring you outside the mine. I'll just see what you can see. What you see.
Whoa!
Instead of trying
Did anyone else just hear a drow bard?
to. So you guys, or whoever, you guys are at the entrance of this mine. Let me just get your characters out here. So you guys are or whoever. Oops. So yeah, if only Saska moved out there first, he's right at the front. But I'll say you guys are pretty much close behind him or whatever, right? So I'll just say you come out here, and all of you.
Too
can
far.
Be...
Way too far.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Wherever you want to be.
Can't just yeet yourself over to the cliff.
So you come out. These.
I just want to let you know you do not have snap on.
Yeah, I don't want it on. Here.
Okay.
So you come out. Don't move as I'm talking, please. So as you guys are there, right? No, it's okay. I'm just letting you know. Don't like try to like get an advantage position because it's not gonna fly. Okay. I'm trying to show you what you see. So right when you come out here, you see these wolves and these two humanoid figures walking away. I guess they'd be walking here. This exit here path. As you come outside, this is what you see. Like they're headed towards this way. I think you said you did knock an arrow or something. So, we'll just everyone roll initiative, and then you can go in order to what you do. Let me roll initiative for these boys. Can you see their health bars?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you, Ava.
Yeah, that's why I don't like names on
I don't see names.
Oi,
in the turn
Ava!
order.
Oi,
Whatever.
Jack Novella!
Stop medding. You don't know their names, okay? Okay, so this wolf's gonna go first. He is just going to move up here, and that's it. Saska, what would you like to do?
So I'm gonna turn to Escanor and say, "What do you want to do? This seems a little suspicious."
Give me a perception check. Everyone can give me a perception.
And I
check
am not
if you want.
saying that quietly. I'm not going, "What do you want to do?"
So
I was gonna say, would I recognize these guys?
from that perception check, you do not recognize who these people are.
I rolled
Jesus
a
Christ.
33.
Okay, so everyone else, you guys just come out. You guys just sort of focus. You see these wolves and these two people. You don't know who they are. Saska, you with that perception check, as you come out, you get a full scan of the area. You see that crate that you looked at with the mithril is broken open and the mithril is gone. You also notice from this distance that, let me look at my notes here. This person here looks to be a female humanoid. She's wearing like kind of like a leathery armor. She has like vines tied around her her torso.
It says Ava across her back, right?
No. And this guy here is a male. You can see he's very attractive. Just generally, he's just like a very attractive dude. He's kind of slender. He's kind of has a little bit of palish skin. He's dark hair. But You notice that, well, that with that perception check, it's noticeable to you, but you can tell he's kind of blending in with the background a bit. It looks like he's wearing like some sort of special cloak that's very familiar to you. It looks elven almost, but you can tell he's not an elf. But it looks like his cloak he's wearing helps him blend into his environment, kind of.
And neither one of them is actually carrying the giant chunk of mithril?
Their backs are toward you, so you can't see that.
Then I basically turn to Eskin and I say, they've taken the mithril. You want me to call to them? You catch that, Jose?
Yeah. If anybody thinks otherwise, please stop me. But I think the mithril is the least important thing, right?
All right, I yell out, stop!
Okay. Did you want to do anything else with your turn?
I kind of want to do the thing where I hold my turn to see if they take aggressive action.
Sure, you can do that.
Is that something I can do? Okay.
Where would you like your turn to be? Like you want to ready a shot if someone does an aggressive action towards you?
Correct. If they
Okay.
turn around and attack, I want to take my shots.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
We tied our ass out here.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
No, he
sure.
was in town. I thought he was in town.
I thought he was right
could've
outside
been
the
a
cave.
shack.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
He was in a shack near the mine, so it would be not in this direct area. It's like off to the side somewhere.
But it doesn't look like that shack's been disturbed or they've taken anything that was ours.
With Saska's perception check, the wolves don't look bloodied at all. It doesn't look like they've killed anything recently or anything like that. There's no reason to think that at this point. Was that okay? We good?
Yeah. Perfect.
So when you yelled stop, what do they do? So the female humanoid person turns around and looks at you all. And she kind of has a look of like annoyance on her face. And she'll kind of step back here. And what will she do? Let me do something. Let me do a real roll real quick. Okay. She shouts back, what do you want? Does you calculate the distance to sniper in the head?
just checking.
So anyway, she just says, what do you want on her turn? This wolf, it moves over here, but it snaps to heal. Why can't I see the rotation on this token? There we go. It turns around and kind of moves back a bit here. Doesn't do anything else. It just sits there and it's growling in your direction. Escanor, what would you like to do?
Well, after I look away from Saska dumbfounded as to why he yelled out, I don't know what I'm doing, since I'm gonna have to set down my father first before I can engage in anything, so I guess I'm not really engaging in them.
Sure. I forgot to mention this, but I didn't tell you what they had on them, so let me just double check. So the girl, what does she have on her? Just so you know, like, what we were looking at. She has no discernible weapons on her. The guy has a longbow around his shoulder, like with the drawn around his shoulder. He doesn't have it out, like ready to fire at anyone. Doesn't look like he has any swords or anything at all, other than that bow and a quiver with arrows. So yeah, on your turn, are you just setting your father down, or what are you doing? You can say stuff if you want.
I'm guessing since we're not engaged in combat, can I set him down and walk forward?
Yeah, you can set him down and walk 30 feet or whatever your movement is if you want.
All right, I guess I'll just kind of set him down behind the crates here just to be safe.
Sure.
And then I'll walk just right in front of or actually right between Shiraz and.
Sure. Okay.
And I'll put one of my hands up and say, who I am. I'm Escanor Salazar. This is my father's. What's the word?
Mine?
Well, it's not really his mine. It's his charge, I guess.
Yeah. He'd be responsible for it, but the Prontera owns the mine. But So wait, you say this? You say oh, I'm the son of the guy who oversees this mine or whatever?
Yeah, I'm the son of the overseer. What is it you're doing?
Okay. Natalia. Wait, quickly, just before that, let me make another roll. What they respond to that.
Oh, by the way, I currently do not have my weapon or shield drawn.
Okay. So the guy turns around to face you, and as he faces you, you'll notice he has the chunk of mithril under his arm that he's carrying. And the girl, he doesn't say anything. The girl will respond back and saying, she'll say, "We're just claiming what's rightfully ours, and we don't want any trouble. We're just gonna move along here." And yeah, so Natalia, what would you like to do?
I will move up a little bit. I don't have weapons drawn or anything, and I'll just say, "Oh, we don't want trouble either, but do tell me, why is this rightfully yours?"
Okay, as you step out there, give me a perception check. Ooh, okay, so as you step out there, you'll immediately notice the male humanoid. You'll notice as he makes, his eyes, meet you, you immediately notice a shift in his demeanor. Before he was just calm and, he didn't seem to, mind you guys or whatever. But as soon as he sees you and you see him lock eyes with you, his demeanor changes and he looks a little more panicked, or not panicked. He doesn't look as calm. He looks more nervous, I guess, or not as calm and collected. And with that check, you'll also
He's
notice
shaken.
Sure. You'll also notice around his neck a necklace similar to yours, except for it has one. It's half of your necklace. It's not a full one. It looks like a half one.
Oh,
So
snap.
half moon?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yours isn't yours was the entire moon, but it wasn't a full moon, quote unquote full moon. But yeah, his is
But
his is
the entire sliver of a moon upside down, so
Exactly.
his is half of that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And sorry, what did you say to them?
I just asked them why it was rightfully theirs.
Okay. She will respond. Her demeanor didn't change when she saw you. She says, "I don't need to explain myself to you. This is... Prontera has claimed these woods for themselves, but they have no right. This is rightfully ours." That's all she says. Shiraz.
So, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to cast something, that would be considered by them probably as me being hostile, correct?
Correct, especially in this scenario. But if you say, "I'm going to cast something non-threatening," they can like take your. You can hope they take your word for it, or I don't know. You can try and like tell them what you're casting before you cast it, or you can just you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, imagine you're like, you pull out a gun, you're like, I'm not gonna shoot you, trust me, I'm firing a warning shot. That's kind of similar to the situation. Like, you're threatening some magic casting at them, and they don't have no idea what you're gonna cast. It could be a fireball, or it could be like a detect magic, right? So they don't know. Especially when like tensions are high at this point. So
Can I say things at any point in this, or do I have
Sure.
to wait for my turn?
no, yeah, you can. If it's something quick, you can say something.
Okay. Well, when she says, Prontera's claimed these woods, so I'm just taking what's right for theirs. Saska's gonna say, so basically you're just thieves.
Call it what you will. Stealing from someone who claims something that isn't theirs isn't stealing at all. She responds.
Sophistry. You're still a thief.
Okay, so
She squints her eyes when you say this again. She says, "What are you gonna do about it?"
I give Escanor a telltale look. Like, I want to attack these people.
Sorry. Yes, Shiraze, what would you like to do?
I was just gonna say, as far as I'm concerned, the mithril is beside the point. The whole town is dead, and for all anyone else knows, the mithril could have gone missing because of, the clerics or whatever. Clearly, these people are just, thieves, certainly, but I don't really think it should cost them their lives. So, Shiraze is just, she's basically saying this to Escanor and Saska. She's not like, she's not projecting her voice. She's basically conferring with them, just saying, I don't really care if they take the mithril. Escanor, would your dad be in trouble if it's missing?
All things considered, I doubt it.
No. After everything that's happened here, the mithril's the least of our concerns right now.
If you want to let these people walk off with a giant chunk of mithril, okay, sure.
Sorry, Shiraze, what do you want to do?
Okay,
I don't
so
wanna let them walk off yet. Don't want to attack, but I don't want to let them walk off yet.
So I walked to about here,
Mm-hmm.
and I am looking at them, and I said, have you seen anybody in the area? Maybe, they had some broken gear, paladin gear. I'm basically trying to question them about, to see if they've maybe, since they're in the area, maybe they've seen the people that killed the paladins and took their gear.
Okay, yeah, sure. I also forgot to roll this wolf's initiative, so let me just get them in there. They're thinking about. They look like they're thinking about what you're saying. So let me just reorganize this. It's basically gonna be this wolf's turn. Then we're gonna start at the top of the order again, right? So this wolf, he turns his attention to you guys, and it looks like he's just moving here, and he's kind of sitting there growling at you. So after you say this, about you asked this question, right? So now the male will start speaking, and he'll move over here, and he'll just say, we don't know what you speak of these people with damaged armor, but I'm sorry for my partner here. She's a little aggressive when it comes to Prontera and what they've taken from us. We've just noticed this mine unoccupied, and these goods are finders keepers as far as I'm concerned. He kind of just like trails off as he He kind of glances over at Natalia again, and that's all he'll do. Sasuke, your turn. Oh, he also says like we don't want to fight you.
Can I respond before
Sure.
my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just gonna. We don't wish to fight you either, and if you are okay with possibly stealing cursed mithril from a town that was completely wiped out, that's your business.
Cursed
more interested.
mithril, he says.
Well, I mean, everybody that was involved with this mining operation in this town are dead now, so I wouldn't exactly. I don't know if you're superstitious, but I wouldn't exactly want to, take things that were,
They
belonged
deserved
to
it,
them.
in my opinion. They, in a land that doesn't belong to them, mining its resources.
Excuse me? You telling me the 40 dwarves that inhabited this mine deserved to die?
For taking from the earth without any concern. It doesn't make me feel anything for them for losing their lives for taking such abuse to the land. I didn't wish them death, but I don't feel bad for it either. He seems a lot less nervous now and a lot more
Aggressive or
not aggressive, but just more confident in his speech.
I'm just doing this as far as I'm trying to kind of smooth things over
Sure.
with them. I'm just saying, we don't want to attack you either, but we're just mainly concerned about the people that would come here and massacre everyone.
So is anyone thinking of taking a shot at in the next like?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll stay in initiative then. So it's your turn.
All right. Well, that's the end of my turn.
Yeah. Sasuke, what would you like to do?
I've decided that, well, Sasuke decided that Escanor was going to be the leader of the party. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm basically going to follow his lead. I'm going to whisper to Escanor, what do you want to do? I don't like these people, and they're stealing from you.
Let them just take the ore and get out of here. If that's all you're wanting, then just leave. And stop disrespecting the people that are already dead.
Let me make a roll for that.
I aggressively say, that sounds like a fine idea. You should leave and not push your luck.
So when you guys say this, the female growls at you guys and moves maybe up to here. She's like
I shoot her.
growls. Oh, okay. Do you shoot?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have
right
rolled ahead.
before you do that, I am going to turn around and give you eyes like, don't fucking do it.
Okay. So I just want everyone to know that every time I draw my bow, you always hear the same words spoken in Elven. So there's always going to be warning.
Okay, yeah.
I
So when
will-
Natalia hears this elvish phrase being spoken, she turns around and says, she gives you the eyes, like, don't do it. What do you do?
I will hold off for the moment.
Okay. So I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to take us out of initiative if you're not going to take
Okay.
that shot. So basically, as she moves up, she stops here and she kind of like growls at you, and he comes up and he holds her back and he says, we don't want to fight these people. They said we can leave. But I did misspeak. I did not mean that they deserve to die. I just have no qualms about their deaths.
I'm gonna non-threateningly move up next to Shirazi and look at him specifically and just go, do I know you? Your necklace seems rather familiar.
So he hands the mithril to the female, and he whispers something to her, and she scowls. She like looks back at you all, and she scowls, and she starts walking away. And he says, "Is it okay if she leaves? I'd like to speak to you." And he looks at Natalia in private for a bit before I leave. Is this all right with you guys?
I have no problems with her taking petty mithril. She may take whatever she wishes as long as she leaves and stops pissing off my party members.
Shiraze just kind of backs up to be with the other guys and give them some private.
Okay, so these
Yeah,
guys.
you better walk away.
If no one stops them, these guys are leaving. Is anyone doing anything as they walk away?
I'm just going back to my father's body.
Okay. So one wolf kind of stays back, but he's staying with them, and he kind of waves over Natalia to come over here and speak. So this is a quick conversation. Would you like me to just do it, or do you want to do it? Do you want me to like PM you what he says to you?
I don't care. I mean,
Okay.
whatever you would prefer, I'm fine.
I mean,
with.
as long as people aren't going to meta. That's the big thing. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, as you come up, he says, you must
If
have...
he starts the conversation with
Yeah.
"My name is Elroth," then I want to hear it.
He's not an elf. He's clearly not an elf. Actually, as you come up to him, give me another perception check, Natalia. As you're giving this guy a good look now that you're...
I'm
super-
very much paying attention to them for threatening anything threatening.
Sure. So yeah, as you're looking at him, he looks like somewhat familiar, but you don't know him. Like, he just seems like he has like an air to him that like he's clearly another Dampier is like what you're getting. Like, just like his vibe, his necklace, everything to you is like kind of telling you like this guy's probably a Dampier, but you're not like 100%. But yeah, he as you come up,
I already suspected with the dark hair and pale skin.
yeah. So he
Do this secret handshake.
no, he looks at you and he says, I recognized your necklace. You're from the noble family.
I nod.
I assume you're here for the barbaric tests of our people.
That I am.
I suspected as much. I just wanted to speak to you because I know our people can be cruel, and hence why I don't really live with them. I noticed you have a necklace of surreal, a powerful one at that. I noticed you haven't attuned it yet. Is there a reason for that?
Attuned it? What do you mean?
He kind of gives a sigh and a light chuckle, and he says, our people are cruel indeed. They give you an item and don't tell you how to use it. You can unlock its... I can help you unlock its power if you allow me, but it will hurt.
How much?
A very small wound. Basically, I need it. The points at the end of your necklace, it needs to puncture. You can do it yourself. You need to puncture your skin and allow it to commune with your blood. It will unlock more powers. Each necklace is unique. I do not know what whoever gave it to you, what powers they allow it to have, but mine, for instance, it allows me to strike truer with my bow when I am low in energy, or if I'm wounded, it activates. I assume yours will do something similar.
Is there any particular area that is better to attune it with? Area of the body?
I personally have done it right around my neck because in order for it to activate, it will, once you've attuned it to your blood, it will puncture you again when it wants to activate, and will give you more power when it does so.
I give him a slight head bow and tell him thank you for this information.
I wish you luck. Our people are not kind to send you this cruel task. I can only assume it's something that's probably very hard to do, but good luck, I guess.
They are
And you'll
not
s-
kind, but that is the way of our people, and it is a cruel world.
Yeah, so at that he kind of turns and he starts walking away unless you had anything else to say to him.
Nope. I shoot him.
Alright, roll the hit.
Shiraza yells a necro, bye! Not really,
Um,
though.
Yeah, so they walk off unless... Did you actually shoot, or what?
No, I really don't, because I think I have to cast a spell to do it anyway.
No, I meant Saska.
No, I want to help Escanor get his father back to town.
Okay. So yeah, they walk off, and yeah, you guys are left out here. And did you want to head straight back to the town, or do you want to look at these crates again to see what they took exactly, or you guys just good to go?
I think I'm wanting to go check on our ass and make sure that it's.
He's a donkey,
everything's
and his name is Frank.
sauce
Oh,
scale.
sorry. Is Jose back?
Yeah, Jose's
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you guys can get.
How
get
big
your
a chunk of
donkey.
mithril? Just so I know.
I'm gonna look at my
Pounds,
note. It was
10
the.
pounds.
So yeah, do you look? Do you go back to the crate to look where you previously looked?
Sure.
Sure. So let me just look at what I told you it was before. Basically, it's that chunk of mithril that was in that crate to the Ice Crown Mountains that was there before that you saw. It was about a 20-pound nugget of mithril.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys head back to the town for the night.
Well, I retrieve our dog.
Yeah. So you guys can go back to it. It's all there, tied up. Nothing's missing, or no donkey's still alive.
Then yes, go back to town.
Sure. You head back to the village.
20 pounds, you said?
It was about a 20-pound from your estimate.
10,000 gold.
So yeah, if you guys look around, you can find a room that's there's no blood or dwarves or whatever. But I don't know if you guys want like a big room. Yeah, you guys can find like in this building here there weren't many. This was the Paladin building. If you see my ping, if you remember, so there were no dead
Yeah.
bodies in any of these bedrooms. So you guys can each take a room or whatever you want to do.
Well, we should. Okay, that sounds good.
I'm like, where's the door? Oh, I got in. There we go.
Oh, is anything blocking you? I think I deleted.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
Oh.
go
there's
through the
blocking
wall.
stuff.
it. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
I finally found some place over here somewhere that let me go through.
Oh, it's not enabled.
Weird. That's the old Saska. And I don't have control over it. I can't click
You
on
don't
it.
have control over it? Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, I deleted all the
Oh, there we go.
dynamic-
I do now. Sorry.
Oh, no, yeah, it was just because the dynamic lighting was blocking you, probably. But yeah, I deleted it. Okay, so yeah. You guys can bed down for the night. Are you guys doing any, like, watches or anything? Or are you guys just going to sleep?
I think we should probably take watches. I'll either take first or last.
Sure.
I'll take the first watch.
Before I go to bed, I just kind of pull Natalia to the side and I say, I'm glad you didn't die today. I was really worried about you, and I don't know what all that happened in the cave. I don't know what it all means, but I just want you to know, no matter what, that I'll always be your friend.
I look at her strangely because I'm not very used to kindness and like pat her awkwardly on the shoulder and I'm like, thanks.
I want to be in a room that has a door so she doesn't come in and bite me.
Sure. So sorry, we have a first watch of Natalia and Shiraza. You said first or last, so I guess you're going last.
Yeah.
Escanor and Saska, do you want to be third or fourth, or do you not want to do...
I'll go second. Or wait.
I'll take whatever's left.
Or second and third, sorry.
Yeah, I'll go second. But before I go lay down, I enter the room with Natalia as well. I knock on the wall there to make sure it was okay.
You hear me say enter.
Enter, pleb.
Enter. Enter if you dare.
I just kind of look around, mostly with my head down, realizing everything that's transpired. I feel bad at what happened, and I expressed to her my deepest apologies again for not having a more clear head and just panicking about my father. And I thank her profusely once again for saving him, and just wanted to reiterate to her that, there is absolutely no judgment to what side she showed us in the cave, and that I meant what I said when I said that I'm indebted to her.
I cock my head to the side, kind of intrigued by what he's saying, and just say thank you for your kind words, and thank you for no judgment.
As I'm walking away, I'll look over my shoulder, not directly at her, but just kind of looking over and saying, I meant what I said. If there's ever anything you need, just let me know. And I continue to walk away.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before bed?
I just want to, for RP's sake, say that Saska doesn't sleep well that night.
Okay. Well, there's something that's going to happen before you guys go to bed. I just want to know if there's anything you're
Okay.
doing before you're going to bed.
So
I was
I
gonna
am
do something on my watch, but not
Who's first watch again? Are you
before
first?
they go to bed. Me, yeah.
I am basically kind of sitting up on my bed, cross-legged, with sort of like a meditation pose in bed. When whatever happens, happens. That's what I'm
Oh, so you're
communing with Kala right now.
Okay, so you're not going to sleep right away, is what you're saying.
Correct. Well, I'm trying to, but if you go to my room, I've actually put in there that Kala comes to me that night. So.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay, this is when you're doing this. And also, where would you like to be doing your watch? Did you want to be like outside the building? Did you want to just be in the hallway? Or did you want to be just chilling in your room, being awake? What would you like to do?
So here is probably the best place to take watch, right? Because that basically covers the only entrance into the area where we are. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm probably gonna stay in my room, but I'm gonna pull one of these chairs over to where I'm sitting right about here and can see into the hallway and.
Okay. Okay, so let's go through the watches. So this is Natalia's watch. Can you make me a perception check while you're doing your watch?
Poof, you're a perception check.
Ooh. Damn, that's good. Okay, so nothing really eventful happens on your watch, but you hear a very, very slight whisper, a little bit whisper coming from Saska's room. That's all you hear. You just hear a whisper, like a quick one, like just someone whispering, but you can't make out anything or anything like that.
Okay, but no one's come up here,
No.
so I assume it's Saska probably whispering to himself or something. So I'm going to just be like, okay, what?
Okay.
Right? The whisper is, I hope she doesn't bite me.
No, Saska, you hear a whisper in your head. You recognize the voice as Arndel, and he asks to speak to you on your watch.
I don't know who that is.
The guy who you
Isn't
made the oath with.
Arundel, yeah, is the.
He's what?
The guy you report to, you give information to.
Okay.
Yeah. So he asked to meet with you. I only have 25 words. He asked to meet with you right outside the building on your watch, basically. And then the message ends. You can reply, you know this. I think.
I reply with very well.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm actually going to get up and walk over to Natalia.
Okay.
I'll jump right around the corner and say, "Boo!" No. I will. You want to RP this, or do you just want me to tell you what I explained to her that I have to report to this elf, and what I saw in the mine, I might have to tell him that. I'm oath-bound. But I feel like I should at least tell her so that I'm not actually betraying a trust or anything.
Okay.
I will raise my eyebrow at him and say, if you tell him too much, I may be forced to leave this area, so make it as vague as you can.
I will try.
And just to refresh my mind, you did tell him that Natalia was looking for an elf, right?
Correct.
Okay, but you didn't tell him, and you don't even know why, right?
I don't know why. She's
Okay.
never told me.
Yeah. Just want to make sure. Okay. So yeah,
The problem is
yeah.
I think my oath will cover me telling him that. Like, I guess I'll go. I'll make a slight bow in her direction and go back in my room and sit and try and figure out how I'm going to do this.
Just a reminder, you are not oath-bound to tell him anything about that. He just wanted information about your party. He didn't ask you to report on like random stuff that just happens to you any day. So you don't have
Well,
to tell him
I know. I'm
anything
talking
or-
about her. I'm talking about her biting the neck of that guy.
Oh, sure, that's relevant, yeah. But it's up to you to determine like how much you want to tell him and stuff like that. Like the oath is kind of vague, so it's up to you. But anyways, yeah. So Natalia's watch. That's all that happens. Who
It's
was
all
second?
about the loopholes.
I will, at the end of my watch, get up, kind of just like wake up Escanor, make sure that he's awake and ready for his watch, and then head back to my bed. And once I know that he's like up doing his thing and I'm not responsible anymore, I am like going to make sure my door is shut and everything, and I'm going to attempt to do what that guy told me to do and try to
Ooh.
attune my necklace.
Okay. So what do you do exactly?
Okay, she doesn't know this, but I'm hiding under the table.
Jeez.
You know you're not. Get out of here.
Peeping Saska.
PP sauce.
Before you closed your door, I asked you to borrow the stool, so I just sit here in the hallway.
Sure. I need to like spend some time thinking about
Okay.
what I feel like the god of cereal, like, I don't know. I feel like I want, and maybe you and I can brainstorm this later together. I feel like I want more info on just like what someone who, you know, worships this god like would do. But basically I feel like she would do something to the extent of like, not really like a prayer, you know, because praying seems more, I don't know if you would pray to this god, but she does something to the equivalent of like praying to the god of cereal, and then will take the necklace while it's still like attached, right? Like I don't undo it. I just take it while it's still attached, and wherever it would naturally hang against my neck, I will make it pierce right there.
Okay. So as you do this, the neck, you remember what it looks like, right? It's like the upside down
Yes.
moon, and it has like 2 points.
Yeah.
So those points are sharp, and when you puncture, like I guess your collarbone area, is that what you're going for?
Yeah,
I guess? Okay,
yeah, that would
So
be pretty close to it.
Yeah. So as you like puncture your skin, the blood touches the necklace. You feel the necklace like pulse, like it like pulses on your neck, and you feel it. It grows in like the necklace like grows and shrinks, like pulsates for a bit, and then it stops, and then you feel like it weighs a little bit heavier on your neck,
Okay.
and then yeah, your skin heals pretty fast afterwards.
Would there be any way for me to tell, like, because he was saying that every necklace does something different? Would there be any way for me to tell, like, what mine is going to do with, like,
Give me
spellcraft
a
or
knowledge arcana.
Okay.
You don't happen to have detect magic, do you?
No.
Okay. So with that check, you would have heard of these types of necklaces. I don't know what I want to give you with this. So you know, like from what he told you, and what you just experienced, you get the feeling that with what he if what he told you was true, when you get to a certain threaten when you're threatened to a certain point in terms of your health, like if you're injured to a certain extent, this will activate and do something, but you're not sure exactly what it will do. But based on the feeling you get, you feel like it will make you become more durable.
Okay.
But you're not exactly sure what that means.
All right. So when I'm done, I will kind of just like um wipe up like the blood off my collarbone and make that same like half moon on my forehead, because this is going to be her thing when she's doing whatever she's doing with cereal, and then head to.
Okay. Escanor, give me a perception check while you're on watch. Ooh, very good. Yeah, you don't. Your watch is uneventful. You don't hear anything or nothing goes awry. Yeah.
I could have swore I saw two Saskas a minute ago.
So yeah, yeah, your watch is about over, and I think Sasko is next. So
I walk over to his room.
Little did you know that
knock
Saska
on
sleeps
his
naked.
door. No, you said your door was closed because you didn't want to get bitten, so I knock on your door and tell you to wake your ass.
Okay, I get up. Grab some sleep, Escanor. You check on your father?
God, I'm lagging so bad.
damn, sorry.
Only one stairway up, or are there two stairways up here?
There's one stairway up there.
Here, right?
Yeah. But you're on the
So I
bottom
check
floor.
on
That's to go
him.
upstairs.
Just check on him real quick to make sure he's breathing normally, and it sounds like he is. So I like.
Where's the door out?
The door out is, I believe you can get in this way. Oh, is my ping working? Nope. Where is?
I don't
the
see
door?
you pinging.
No, I'm trying to find the door.
I thought this was upstairs.
No. Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe this was upstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. You are upstairs.
Okay.
That was downstairs. Okay, yeah. That's why I couldn't see the door. So yeah, the
Oh,
door.
okay, cool. So the door is
yeah, you see
right
it.
by the stairs that lead upstairs.
There's also a door on the northern side. You see that?
Okay, well I will go to this door. Okay, and wait for Arendelle to show up.
Yeah. Let me just send you back upstairs. Okay, yeah. So you're downstairs and you're waiting.
I'm literally at the bottom of the stairs, and the door was like right there. So nothing can get by me to get upstairs. That's what I want to make sure of.
Yeah. Okay. So as you're chilling, give me a perception check during your watch.
My specialty. Sweet,
Okay.
I did roll a 1.
That is good. Oops.
He looks very much like a cloaked cleric.
No, he doesn't. His robe isn't even black. Okay, yeah. So as you're waiting and looking around, you don't notice anything except for you see him come out of like an alley, like come out of the side of the alleyway, and he comes up to meet you.
Okay.
So
Basically, I'm a little concerned. Like, I have a concerned look on my face. Like, why are you... in fact, when he comes up, I say, keep your voice down. Why are you here?
I must apologize, Saska. It was not my intention to contact you. You were supposed to always contact me. But I will be honest, I have been keeping tabs on your whereabouts. And I have heard you've come into contact with 2 individuals earlier today. Did you notice anything particular about any of them?
I suspect the female was a druid of some kind.
My sources say she's a shifter. But my concern lies with the male. Did you notice anything about him?
I noticed that he spoke with Natalia.
Do you know what about?
I do not.
Do you...
Because I don't, right? I didn't hear anything
Yeah, no,
that
you
they
didn't
were
hear what
talking
they were
about.
saying.
Okay.
Did you notice anything else?
You asked about, the specifics of the party members. Escanor seems to be a martial.
No. I don't need this now. I'm talking about the male that you met. The pale-skinned one. The one who was with the shifter.
No, it looked better looking than your average human. Looked a little nervous when he saw Natalia, but that's about it.
Really? He takes out a notebook and starts writing that down when you said that. Interesting. Well, I just want to let you know that I'm keeping tabs on you, and I know you guys are probably heading back to Brontera, and they're heading a similar direction, and I want to let you know that I have plans to murder those two people, and I don't want you to get in the way.
My eyes narrow a little bit. They're worthy of murder? I mean, they're just thieves.
Thieves are very, very true, but I'm surprised you're very perceptive and you did not notice the male's attire. He wore an elven cloak. Do you know where he got that cloak?
Could have been anywhere.
Indeed, but I have ears and eyes everywhere. He murdered a traveling elf and his family. That was his cloak. The elves demand justice. I'm not here to avenge every elf, but I was in the area, and this has come to my attention, and an elf's blood that is spilt of an elf must be repaid in kind. I do not intend them to let them get away with his possession as well. They murdered their children. They were half elf as well, like you. I will see their debts repaid. I didn't ask you to do anything. I just don't want you to get in my way. If you happen to come upon,
I won't get in your way.
Good. If you happen across the scene, I need you to divert your party so that they do not interfere. I will try to do it with you not there, but I just wanted to make sure you did not interfere.
He can't read my thoughts or anything, right?
If he would be, you'd have to make a save, so he has not cast a spell or anything on you.
Okay.
So
I say I wish you luck.
I have your word then you won't interfere? Of course, this is not part of our oath. I'm simply trusting you.
Frankly, it's none of my business. I'm not happy that he murdered people, but
not just any people, our people.
Your people.
Our people. I did not want to divulge this too early because you've not finished our task together, but I have spoken with the High Elves, and there is a place for you back home should you complete the task I've given you. Anyways, you don't have to decide about that now. This is just a simple offer upon your completion of our task, but all of the elves, they count on what we're doing here.
I will do my part.
And he starts to take his leave unless you have anything else to say to him.
Nope. I walk back upstairs. Sit down on my stool.
All right. He leaves, and you are done with your watch.
I go and wake up Shirase. It's your turn.
Shiraze is definitely not a morning person, so she's kind of sleepy, but she gets up and I was gonna ask, is there like a kitchen or anything in there?
I think the room right next to you, right here, is it?
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was a kitchen or
Sure.
if what that was.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
Well,
a.
I will hand her some of my nice elven rations. I actually spent the money to get elven rations. And say, have a little breakfast.
I thank him. Tell him, sorry if I'm grumpy. It's not about you.
And then
Right.
I will walk into her room, pet her real quick, and then go back to my room. And I will do my hour of communing to get my spells.
Sure. Yeah.
Haru goes and sort of sits on the bed since, I don't actually need her right. And I'm just sitting watching.
Yeah, give me a perception check while you finish off the rest of the early morning for the party. Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary in your watch. And everyone's dead in the morning. No, I'm joking.
All right, everybody, roll initiative.
No, nothing happens on your watch. Yeah, and it's early morning now. A time where everyone would start to get up.
As a cat folk, she just stuck her eyes to the ceiling because she saw a butt.
All right, everybody, wake up. Knock, 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 knock.
I quickly clean the blood off my forehead before exiting my room.
Good morning.
I am under no compulsion whatsoever to not say what happened on my watch, so I inform everybody. I just want to let you know that the person that I have to report to for my elven, the elf that I have to report to actually was here, and he told me that he's going after the two people that we met coming out of the mine because they evidently murdered some elven family and their kids and stole their stuff and told me not to interfere.
And do you believe what he says?
I don't know. I can't.
Because that man may have given me some very important information to save my life in the future. I do not want to see harm come to him.
I don't know what to tell you, Natalia. As far as I'm concerned, he told me that the cloak that the man was wearing, that he stole off the dead bodies of a family of elves that he killed.
I mean, we're no they're
That's-
thieves. Is it possible they were already dead and he just took the cloak out of opportunity? We don't know. I don't know this man, and I'm not inclined to trust his information when the man in question provided me some extremely valuable and what seems to be accurate information. Frankly, I intend to go after them and save his life if I can.
I have no control over you. You may do what you wish.
I look up at Saska and say, I appreciate that you're telling us what happened, but have you stopped to consider that they're possibly using you?
Of course.
They're playing to the angle that they're trying to accept you back, and yet they're asking you to investigate us privately, though you've openly said you are, which is fine by me. I have nothing to hide. But the way in that he's moving around seems very suspicious to me.
So I assume you guys are like eating breakfast and talking about this. Can you guys give me perception checks while you're all just like sitting around eating and talking about this?
Oh yeah.
You're very concerned with the conversation at hand.
I'm very
Escanor-
concerned with my plate of food.
Nom 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 nom.
So Saska and Natalia, while you guys are talking, you hear a like a thump, like a from the room where Escanor's father was sleeping.
I will immediately look at Escanor and say there was a thump from the room your dad.
Yeah,
I-
I'll say I think he's either awake or something's going on in there. And Escanor will say, I have eggs.
Nope, I bolted to the room.
I'll be right back real fast.
Okay. Actually, yeah. Like, let's just take a quick break. Go to the washroom, get some water. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna make a quick phone call, so I'll be right back. Oof. This session was a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be.
We ain't even done yet, bruh.
We haven't even done yet, bruh.
I'm back. Sorry.
It's all good. Welcome back. Everybody here?
Yes.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Yep.
Captain Crunch.
All right, yeah. You guys can just continue your discussion. Or you wait, what? You guys went into the
I
room.
bolted to the room.
Yeah. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. Yeah, you bolt into the room and you just see your dad fell off the bed and he's like panicked and looks like he doesn't know where he is.
I kneel down and, tell him it's okay. It's okay. You're all right. You're all right. It's me.
Escanor, is that you? What's happened?
Yes, Father.
Where are those damn clerics? Did you save
They're all
me?
dead. Yes.
Thank the gods.
Father, you need to tell us what happened here. Where are all the paladins? What happened? Where did they come?
It's insanity. They had me locked in a cage and barely fed me, and they would torture me for sport. They laughed as they did it. It was crazy.
Did they say what they want, Mr. Escanor, sir?
Salazar, but yes, they killed those paladins that were guarding the mine, and they stripped them of their armors, and they gave it to two of their other clerics, and I overheard them something about they're going through the Ice Crown Mountains and reporting that the mine had found mithril and they were planning on secretly sending it to them instead of Prontera. And I think they're planning on starting trouble with the dwarves or something and blaming Prontera for something. I couldn't hear everything, but from what I gathered, it looked like two of the clerics were going to pretend to be those paladins and saying that they were reporting on the crimes of Prontera or something, and I think maybe they're going to blame the mine on Prontera or something.
Were there any that, well, we'll see. Out of character, Escanor's dad wouldn't have seen, like, who is dead and who's not, right?
What do you mean by that? Who's dead and who's not? What do you mean?
In other words, he wouldn't know which ones we killed. I was going to ask if he saw any that, if there was anyone that he didn't, that got away or that went to describe the people.
Oh, okay, yeah, he was like pretty unconscious after the whole fight happened. So I don't know if you mean like to ask him like, oh, did he like the ones that dressed up as the paladins, were they in that room that day? Yesterday?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, so if you'll ask him, he'll say they weren't there.
Can you describe what they looked like?
They all had hoods on, and I was in the cage. It was hard to see them. I couldn't describe them if I had to. They all had those hoods up and stuff. I couldn't see.
Shiraze nods. Shiraze. Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but you just should know that your wife, she's pretty tough. She actually fought those guys and chased them off. Your family.
They attacked our family as well? My gods, what is this?
Don't
Insanity.
worry. She made sure he didn't get too.
I can't say I'm surprised, but your brothers and sisters, they're fine?
Yes, they're all fine. They're staying with
Thank God. Thank God, Ayamade.
with Mom's sister, and they
We need
are
to-
being protected.
We need to get back to Frontier immediately and tell them what's happened. It's disaster.
Was there anything else they were saying?
Hmm.
Was there more to it than just trying to start a war with the dwarf?
I can't recall anything specific. This was the majority of what I heard when I was in the cage.
Out of character. Would that be significant to any of the story we've heard so far? Like anything involving what the king said during the
speech or whatever?
the speech?
What do you mean, like any historical beef between the humans and the dwarves or anything?
Yes.
Do you have knowledge history?
Nope.
What knowledge
Remember
do you have?
concussions.
Do you have nobility? I thought I remember you had nobility or something.
I have nobility.
I'm sorry. So what did we get? That they were stealing the mithril and trying to blame it on Prontera to stir up
So-
hostilities between the dwarves and Prontera?
So he's a little erratic or whatever, and but yeah, like if you talk to him for a while, I'll clarify exactly what he said. So basically, what he's told you is, it appears that from what he's seen, that those clerics had kind of what you guys guessed. They stripped those paladins of their armor, and 2 of their clerics are impersonating these paladins, and they're headed to the Ice Crown Mountains to report that the mine in Prontera had found mithril, basically, and that the dwarves had planned on to ship it to the Ice Crown Mountains instead of Prontera, and the idea is that Prontera found out about this and like killed them all or something like that, is what the dad is assuming is what the story is, that these fake paladins are going to report to the dwarves.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't know what the implications would mean. Would the father?
Sorry, you cut out a bit. What the implications of what he's saying? What do you mean?
Yes, like if the dwarves are told that Prontera is basically gonna keep all the ore and they can just go fuck themselves, essentially, what would that do?
Well, more
Aside from
importantly,
obviously destain-
if they believe that Prontera murdered like 40 dwarves from the mine, it would be war for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, with that knowledge history, there's no super historical beef with dwarves and humans. You just know that typically, if this story as Escanor's dad is saying, if they tell them that Prontera has just murdered a bunch of dwarves over some ore, there would definitely be consequences, potentially war between the dwarves and humans, or specifically Prontera, not all humans.
Okay. So now that makes me even more suspicious of Saska's contact,
Why?
because he's specifically targeting them, and they just happened to be carrying mithril. all this happened after the fact that they walked away with Mithril. I understand the story he gave him as to why he's murdering them, but it just seems
okay.
too coincidental.
Killing the people who actually have the mithril.
Yes.
Not only that, but that was kind of where I was going when I was trying to ask if he could describe the people that were, planning this, because I was wondering if those two, were part of it and we just didn't know, or
So when you've seen them in person, they weren't wearing any of like the cleric stuff, and the dad or Escanor's father, like he like confirmed that they like that it probably was not them. If you ask him, like if you describe like, oh yeah, like there's this really like pale, like attractive guy and a female who looked like kind of like a druidy kind of person, like he would say like he doesn't recognize these descriptions of anyone he would have seen.
My thoughts weren't like they were have something to do with it, but more of if Saska's contact has something to do with it. And I mean, aside from the murdering and blaming that, the part they're trying to say is that, they're doing other stuff with the mithril, and these are the people who actually have the mithril. And yeah, that's what I get.
Sure.
Baby in my lap.
Well, the point is this: it's too convenient. If they're the ones carrying the mithril and they just happen to be going in the direction of Prontera, they get murdered. The mithril mysteriously disappears. That way, Prontera has no way of saying, "Look, here's the mithril. We aren't the ones trying to take it." And the dwarves have no other choice but to believe that Prontera took it.
Some good theories going on.
Well, I can certainly track them and find them.
I kind of expressed that we need to make sure we either need to head straight to the Ice Crown Mountains, or we need to intercept those people as fast as possible and explain the situation. Not that they'd listen, but we'd have to figure something out.
What do we do with your father?
You guys are in character talking, right?
Yes.
So he's there. So he's I am here. You don't need to talk to me like I'm not here. But
well, Saska, maybe you can
I slap him.
Since you don't want to get involved.
If I'm not going to get involved, then I'm going to do something to try and contact the prince, so he's aware of the situation.
Oh, hold on.
I was gonna say,
Escanor,
you can move faster than us. Out of character, you can move faster than us, right? Like significant.
Not yet. I'm not high enough level to do that.
Oh, okay.
Escanor, this is your dad. He turns to you and he says, Escanor, trying to intercept them in the Ice Crown Mountains. I've been here for over a week. They left 4 or 5 days ago. They have too much of a head start. They may be arriving at the Ice Crown Mountains any day now. There's no way of stopping them there.
That's not what I meant. We need, if we can get there and stop the whatever the consequence may be, if they're going to intend to charge to Prontera, we need to try and explain the other side of that story.
Maybe. I'm not sure what the best course of action here is, but
I think the best course of action is to go get the mithril.
I leave it to you guys. I definitely think we need to report this to Prontera, though, eventually, as soon as possible.
Perhaps what we can do is we can,
Well, whatever we decide, we should decide quickly and make haste. If we go back to Prontera, then we need to try and intercept the other travelers as quickly as possible, and then inform the king, or the prince, I should say, immediately, since it involves Pel.
So what's the game plan?
So I have a spell that I linked called Animal Messenger.
Mhm.
Okay. And I'm thinking about using that. I don't. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to meta this, so this is out of character.
Sure.
I don't think I can actually get the Animal Messenger to the prince. Okay, because I don't know him well enough. I don't I can't, send an animal. Says you have to send it to a place you're very familiar with, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But I think I can get my animal messenger. I can get him a note to my mentor, okay, who is, the head of the Brotherhood of Kala, who's basically in Prontera. If I can get the messenger to him, I think he can have enough pull to be able to get to Jay to at least. What I'd like for Jay to do is get his brother, the high-level wizard, involved to contact me over a distance, mentally, whatever, telepathy, whatever they can do. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will share that with
enough to want to have to get him involved for contacting and
the problem with that is we have some serious problems going right down, and we're going to have to trust somebody. There's no way we can make it back to Prontera in time. I'm a ranger. I know these places. I know these woods like the back of my hands. It's a good 45 miles to Prontera. That's 2 days at top speed. I mean, I'm open to any kind of suggestions. I'm just, I can do this. I can send an animal messenger with a little note, to my mentor saying, can you please contact the prince and have him try and contact us magically? So at least we can explain the situation, because I don't think I can attach a note that will explain all of that to this, because it's a tiny animal. It's going to be a little bird. I'm probably going to get like 25 words.
Is it possible for the other prince to do that? Well, I guess that would be metaing.
Oh, are you asking me? Is it possible for the
Oh,
prince to-
I'm pretty. He was able to read our thoughts. I'm pretty sure he's probably fairly powerful.
Yeah, but can he telepathically talk to us from this distance?
I have no idea.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I don't know who's rolling. Let me check. What's going on?
I didn't mean to roll that. I was trying to look at spell.
But yeah, if you guys are talking out loud, anyone with knowledge arcana can give me a check, because you've met Jed and you can probably get an idea of what kind of spells he has based on what he's used on you.
I do not have that trained. I have spellcraft trained.
Okay. Based on what he's casted on you, Natalia and Shiraza, Detect Thoughts is a 2nd level spell, so he can at least cast 2nd level spells. You suspect, though, he's probably able to cast level 3 spells. Most likely, from what you've seen from his, spell casting abilities and stuff like that. And you've seen he has a proclivity to, divination kind of magics, like Detect Thoughts and stuff like that. Similar type of spells, it seems like. That's all you've seen him really cast. You've also seen him cast a magic missile, but...
So that's... Saska puts that out there, that I think I can get in contact with my mentor, who then should be able to get in contact with Jay, who then has greater access to, magical resources than we do, because we got to get in touch with this guy quick. He might even be able to get in touch with the dwarves at Ice Crown?
Ice Crown Mountain.
Is the Lich King there?
And then from there, we can go back to the clearing, and I can track them and see if we can find these people before Arundel does. He asked me to not get involved, but at this point, we're talking about grand conspiracy between two kingdoms.
So what's the plan?
I'm waiting for everyone else to figure out if they want me to do this or not.
I don't have any other ideas, so I guess we can try.
Yeah.
I think right now the safety of the kingdom is the priority. So let's try that. Send your messenger, and hopefully he reaches to us.
So I chose to memorize Animal Messenger. Would you like me to link it again?
Sure, just throw it in chat again. Okay.
I'm going to assume that he's probably going to be reaching out to Shiraze or Natalia, since they're the ones able to pick it up more.
Mm-hmm. And sorry, so what animal are you trying to lure in and find?
Probably some kind of
You're looking for like a
medium-sized bird. Yeah,
bird? Okay.
What about those
a
tengus?
hawk. A hawk would be perfect. Very fast, big enough to carry at least a decent message.
Sorry, you
I
said a
believe
hawk?
A hawk would be perfect.
Okay. Roll me a. So what do you have? Handle animal. You have handle animal trained, right?
I have handle animal, but my wild empathy is probably better.
Okay, give me a wild
Oh,
empathy
it's
roll.
actually it's the same.
Okay, give me one of those whatever roll you want, just to see how long it takes you to find this animal.
Oh,
around.
well, then I'd like to use my knowledge of nature.
No,
Okay.
empathy or handle animal. Okay, it'll take you about 10 minutes to find this hawk. You find a hawk, and you use your spell, and it rests on your arm until you attach the. So do you attach the note?
Yes, I do. And it's
We-
basically I'm
Yeah.
giving it the image of my mentor's study
Your
in
mentor
the
study. Okay.
in the Brotherhood of Kala chapter house or whatever in Prontera.
Uh-huh.
And I just want him to go and allow my mentor, who's remember he's a 20th level ranger. Sure, he can probably handle this. Just to give him to wait for him to detach the note, and I tell the bird, thank you, I appreciate its
Okay.
service, whatever.
If you don't mind, in between sessions, can you just write out like a small note that?
Yep.
Yeah. So I know exactly what you tell him.
Yeah, I
okay.
chose a hawk because hawk is a little bit bigger and
Yeah,
capable
okay.
of carrying a slightly bigger note.
Yep. I'm just looking up the speed to see how long it would take to get there. So it has a fly speed of 60 feet.
While he's doing all that, I'm guessing my dad would be pretty freaking hungry.
Yeah, he's looking very hungry.
So we share some food with him.
Yeah,
Sausage.
I'll hand over some of the food I've gotten from the meat vendor.
Oh yeah, you still have those meat vendor rations.
Yeah,
Okay.
my meat vendor
I jokingly
rations.
say that he should really enjoy that because she likes her.
So-
Yeah,
An average hawk can fly anywhere between 20 and 50 miles per hour.
oh wow.
So even average, it's 35 miles an hour. It should be there in 2 hours.
Okay. All right. The hawk.
And I will go ahead and write that out because we're almost it's like half-hour warning.
Yeah. So like basically the rest of the session is going to take place in that 2-hour window. So we're not going to deal with that now.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So
the
the
hawk will
only
take
other
the
thing
message
that I
and
want
fly.
to do
Yeah.
is after we decide, we're gonna make sure that Escanor's father's set up to be okay. I don't just want to leave him, especially if he's injured. But I do want to go back to that clearing where they left, and I want to start tracking them.
Sure.
So I just want that on the party's radar that we're gonna go back there and try and track them down.
So yeah, Esconor's dad, he'll finish eating and he's ready to go. So whatever you guys want to do.
Yep, I'm ready. Let's go track them. I don't want
So
my
I'm not
damn
sure.
dear buddy die.
Do we want Escanor's dad to come with us? Because this is gonna involve combat.
Just
When we get close,
He can just hide with the
chill.
familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
just-
hide
okay.
in
You
a
with
bush.
like the donkey and the familiar.
you can mind your donkey.
He could
Sit
ride
with the
Frank,
donkey.
Donkey!
All right, give me a.
right? The Frank looks at him and says, "I'll make you waffles."
We don't need to go back to that map, but give me your tracking stuff, your tracking check or whatever, to see if you can pick up their trail.
Yeah, remember the tracking. If I wanted to, I could take 20.
Okay. Do you want to take 20 then?
No, I have a pretty good roll here, so
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, you find their trail's easy to pick up. It's three. I think there was 3 wolves, or 3 or 4.
it's 3 wolves,
3
2
wolves.
humanoids.
Yeah, you see their 2 sets of tracks and their wolves with them, and it's pretty easy to follow. Do you You guys want to follow them?
Yes.
All
So
right.
we're probably trying to be stealthy. Yeah.
I mean, if we're starting right now, they've got at least probably a whole night ahead of.
Yup.
That's if they travel throughout the night, which I don't think you would assume that.
I don't really think in this situation being stealthy is as important as maybe just trying to catch up.
Well, I
you know,
can't. I
finding-
can't track at full speed. So just to let you know.
Track as fast as possible, Saska.
Sorry, I'm just reloading this map. You should all be able to see it now, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So how fast do you move when you track?
I can track at 3/4 speed.
Okay. And what is the slowest speed of the group?
Probably 20. Well, yeah, but
So
but
what's
that's
2/3
that's
your
neither
movement? Yeah.
no, that's neither here nor there. Okay, it doesn't matter who the slowest is. It just because they can catch up.
I mean,
We don't want to split up the party, so no, we go at the slowest speed because what if something attacked them and you're
Probably
off
the
ahead of
donkey
them?
then. The donkey probably has the slowest speed.
I think the donkey's still 20 feet. I think 20 feet is the slowest speed altogether. We've already gone
Okay.
over this when
And
we
then-
were heading to.
and then what is 2/3 movement for you, Saska?
20.
Okay. So you'd be moving 20 anyway. Okay.
I just keep looking back at Frank. Keep up, Frank.
So you guys are hot on their trail. Let's say you guys are over here, just so we have room on this map.
I'm
So-
lukewarm on their trail. Oh, actually, with a 28, I'm hot on their trail.
Yeah. So you're able to follow their trail without much issue. Just give me a second. I need to get these tokens over here. So yeah, as you're coming up on their trail, in the distance you see them. Give me a second. They're probably about here. Their wolves are not with them.
Once
Have
we
they
can
seen
Sweet,
us?
they're in
them-
range.
Sorry.
How are they looking? Are they injured? Are they healthy?
They look like they're just casually like walking. They're not like in a hurry or anything.
So they're not facing us.
No, they are traveling. Let me draw this. They are traveling this way, and you guys are on their
They're-
trail following them.
They're not walking
Can-
backwards looking at us?
No.
You can overshoot them easily. Saska,
What?
you can overshoot them.
I can shoot them from here if I wanted to, yes.
I meant past them.
Yes, I can actually.
I was just gonna say to the party, since I have good rapport with the one guy, let me approach them first so they don't think we're like tracking them to hunt them and kill them.
I agree.
I look at her and I say, as you wish.
I nod and say, "I'm guessing you move a lot faster than."
That's a perception check for trying to approach them to make sure I'm not gonna be fucking ambushed by something.
Oh yeah. So hold on. Sorry, this is kind of complicated. I didn't think you guys would get here this fast. So give me a second.
Hurry before the DM moves along. Everything's holding down.
No. Okay. Hold on. Where are you? Okay. So you're there, and you're what exactly are you looking for?
I'm just trying to approach them, but since I know that someone's like hunting them, right? I
Mhm.
want to make sure that as I'm like attempting to approach them, that like I'm looking for this person to make sure that like I'm not gonna get snuck up on as well while I'm kind of secluded from, like, a little ahead of my party.
Yep. So as you're whoa, what's going on? Sorry, I can't see. Okay. So yeah, as you're moving a little bit slower, I assume, and you're checking your surroundings carefully. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as you do that, you see a hooded figure on top of this hill here, crouched, looking. He clearly doesn't see you. He's looking over here.
Shoot him. Oh, wait.
He's your dude, man. That's your dude.
So I'll like turn around real quick, make eye contact with like the party because I'm assuming they're sort of watching me, and make like a quick hand motion up to the hill, and then I don't know what's the best way. Did he tell me his name? Like, would he have told me his name?
I don't know. Did you tell her his name?
Does the hooded figure?
No. I mean,
himself?
did I want to say his
Jack.
name was actually Jack. Did Jack tell me his name? Like, would I know his?
Wait, wait, what? Oh,
His
The-
name was
the
no,
Jack.
dude.
no names, no names were exchanged. None of you asked.
Okay, so I technically
I
don't know
will.
his
Do
name.
I see the hooded figure?
I think she said she
just
pointed it out to you,
pointed
right?
him out.
Yes, you all see
right.
him.
Do I see him?
Yep, you
Okay.
all see
I
him.
shoot an arrow so it lands near him.
Near who? Him?
Yes.
Oh shit!
All
I'm
right,
not shooting at him.
Well,
I'm
make
just-
a roll to hit to make sure if you miss, you will hit him. So tell me where you're aiming, first of all.
Are there any
Actually-
trees near
No,
him?
no trees. It's as the map has displayed. It's an open cliff above there. He's just like on a cliff up there.
Okay, before you do that though, I try to distract him, and I guess they're gonna hear me too. I start smacking my shield with my sword.
Yeah,
start
and I
smacking-
probably won't.
You're there first. Hold on.
I mean, I'm
Hold on,
trying to
things
be
are
as
happening.
loud as I
Okay,
possibly
hold on.
can.
We're gonna roll initiative because people are doing things. Everybody, roll me some initiative. So, okay, let me make it roll initiative.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
So many character sheets. They're gonna move on the same turn.
Oh, I get it. It's like they have a joint Facebook account, huh?
Exactly. Did I get everyone in this in turn?
Oh, well, I want to move all in the same turn. Escanors. Oh, you just cleared the order.
Wait, what?
Turn order cleared for me.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry, kiddo pooped.
I'm gonna try something interesting.
So if you betray your dude bro with the bow that he gave you, does it become the Oathbreaker?
Well, that's why he said he wasn't shooting
7.
at him. What happened?
Hold on, I missed. This character is not linked to the token properly. Ugh.
No worries.
Dun 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 dun.
I did not anticipate this course of actions.
Dun dun.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Alright, sorry, everyone re-roll initiative, my bad.
Can I keep my number?
No, sorry, I don't remember.
I like
Unless you
my
remember what you
roll.
had, I don't remember what you had.
19.
I can see it. I can see it in chat.
Okay, yeah. Tell me what you had, I'll change it.
I had a 19.
Okay, well, re-roll just to add you to the turn order.
Can we just take the better of the two?
Yeah, you can.
Apparently,
'cause I
you
didn't
can
see.
change your own. I
Oh,
just
can you?
changed mine.
Okay,
Yeah,
change your
it let me change mine.
No cheating, change your While I try to roll these guys' initiatives.
I originally had a 24.
You should be able to click the little box that has your number, like you see the 7 in the turn order. You can click that box and then type in. And then hit enter.
I cannot. I have not been given that special privilege.
What? I could change mine.
Well, you
And
must be
Sasuke
special.
changed his.
The fuck? Yeah, I don't know how you guys were able to change it. So sorry, what was your number you wanted, Jose?
24.
24? And Jess, are you okay with 8, or what did you get?
The 8's better than the 7 I got last time.
Okay.
Nice rolls.
Did I get everyone on here? Okay,
Looks good to me.
the couple's moving together. Okay, so Sasuke, hold on. You said you were shooting first, so you can do that first.
No. If
What?
he's banging on his shield and yelling, I'm probably not going to shoot.
Well, he said that in response to what you were doing. So, give me.
Okay, fine. You want me to shoot? I'll shoot.
No, actually,
'Cause I was
just gonna
literally
say-
going to try something else. I'm going to
Well-
hold the bow, like hold it and concentrate, and hopefully maybe we have some kind of weird mental link going on. Say,
well, hold on. I was gonna say like
Basic-
your initiative will settle who goes first. So Escanor beat you in initiative, so he'll start making noise with his shield. Do you do anything else in your turn?
Yeah, I kind of sprinted up a little bit, and I'm banging my shield as hard as I can and screaming
Okay, so
just
immediately
to draw attention as soon as possible.
like a little girl.
I don't know what that means. Okay, so Arndel immediately will, because he was like lying down, looking at them, trying to like be concealed. He immediately gets up and looks around and looks at you, and these guys immediately stop moving and they look back and they look at you and they look confused. And as you make this noise, a bunch of stuff happens.
As soon as I see the guy look away, I look towards them,
Oh shit!
and I'm literally still screaming, get down or whatever, take a defensive position.
So yeah, as you start banging your shield, a bunch of they were covered in moss or bushes or whatever. They're behind a crevice or whatever. All these orcs, they pop out and they go to attack these guys. So I'll say they join in initiative next round. So Escanor, what you said like watch out and stuff like that. Okay, was that fine? And they're like, what?
Okay.
Did you want to do anything
Really,
else?
orcs?
If that's... Yeah, if that...
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Boy, if these orcs are in league with Arendelle,
Yeah, I quickly look back at Sasuke and give him a confused look, like I thought, and then look back towards Natalia, and I just run up as close as I can to her, I guess. Can't really attack him anyway, so I can use a double thingy.
Yeah, you can do a double move, so you can move 60 feet or whatever your movement is.
But then I can't move at all, or...
Wait, sorry, you want to do what?
I was gonna use a double move so I can move 40 spaces instead.
Of 20.
Oh yeah, but then I can't attack, right?
True, yes. This is true.
Until the next turn.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Can I take a total defensive position after I move from this turn, or
No. Total defense requires a standard action, so you can only move half move and then do...
Alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna move up as fast as I can.
Sure. So you got 40 feet to move. You can also charge in a straight line, double your speed, or... I don't know if anyone's in distance for you to do that, if you wanted to. I think they're all too
I
far.
don't think I
Yeah.
can reach him.
Yeah, no, you can't reach
Can
them.
I charge Natalia and just not hit
If you attack her, yeah.
No, I said and not hit her.
Attack
No,
me!
you can't.
You're not a warrior. You don't get intercept.
Stop moving around. We're initiative.
Do you need me to move so I can show you how I'm moving?
Yes. Move where you want to move. Sorry, I wasn't talking to you. I saw the anchors moving around, and I was like, no cheating.
I don't remember if that's 40 or not.
Sure, you're
That
there.
was 7 movements that I counted. It should be.
My intention was to get here, so if that's 40, then that's 40.
Sure, you can be there. I wasn't counting. Natalia, what
Throw,
would you like to
throw
do?
your shield at him.
I'm going to move up to them, and I don't have a weapon out right now, so like I'm showing them that like I'm not like trying to move up to them to attack
Yeah, they don't
them.
take their attacks of opportunity on you.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to tell them that we came to warn you you're being ambushed, and then I am going to cast shield on myself.
You have spell failure chance?
No, it's technically okay, so I just need to take it out of my armor. Technically my armor does take spell failure chance, but as a blood rager I can cast spells in this armor. I
Aren't you
didn't
fancy?
realize that. I just need to take
All
that
right,
out.
a invisible. Is it invisible? Oh, it is invisible. An invisible shield of force hovers over you, and you now have a shield. What else would you like to do?
I think that's. I'll just then pull my sword out and get ready because that's my
Yeah.
entire.
So the guy looks at you and he says, "What's going on? Why is what?" Saska.
What kind of incline is that next to Arundel? Can I run up next to him?
It's like a 10-foot steep climb. You'd have to like make a climb check to get up there.
Hang on, I gotta.
It's steep, yeah. Everywhere is steep here. You'd have to go all the way around. Or no, everywhere is pretty much steep. You'd have to make a climb check to get up there.
Okay, I will run to. Damn it! I will run to. Damn it! I will run to here, base of his, and I'll basically yell up him. Are these orcs yours?
Saska, you fool! I told you not to interfere.
Answer the question.
It matters not who I employ to do my work for me.
Fine.
I imagine I'm
that's-
hearing all of this, and I'm just gonna look over towards him. Yes, it fucking does.
Just so you know, orcs aren't inherently like evil creatures in this world. Like you don't just want to kill orcs on sight. Like maybe.
No,
if they-
but we did just get attacked by one in a cave.
Bingo.
And who's to say
That's
that
exactly-
dude didn't fucking.
So are you guys
That's
racist?
exactly what's up.
One orc's the
That's
same as all the other
exactly-
orcs.
Yes.
Okay.
We're not
Yes, pretty
racist,
much.
but that dude right there just said he employed an orc. Who's to say he didn't employ the other?
Okay. So Saska, what else are you doing? You saying this to him, and then what else are you doing?
No, he says that's pretty much going to be my turn.
Okay. So he
I
said.
can't really.
Okay.
I can't
So
really do anything.
if that's your turn, then I'll give you a little more conversation. He says, "These orcs are under my employ, but like I told you, they deserve death. Are you interfering, Saska? Are you going against me here? Is this really what you want to do? Against your own people? Defend the murderers of elves, of elven kind? You side with these humans?
Are you done?
I guess we are done. Do you want to do anything
Look.
else?
There's more at stake here than the lives of a single elf. We're talking nations. Okay? There's a war brewing here, and those people have something that can prevent this war.
He squints his eyes.
War
Give me a
between
diplomacy check.
nations.
Give me a diplomacy check.
My diplomacy's like super good too. I'm sorry, I'm looking
And
for
now
it.
you're rolling that one.
Ooh.
Or a 19.
Give me a second to think about this. Okay. He's silent, but he's just thinking. Okay, so that's it for your turn, right?
So the last thing I'll say is call him off or I'll kill him.
All right. So yeah, I'm not saying he's not calling them off, but he's waiting till his turn to act on whatever he wants to do.
Fine.
So he what will he do?
So then the last thing that comes from Saska. The words in Elven that say "swift defeat" to my enemies.
So who are you aiming?
That's
your,
the sound. That's the sound of me drawing my bow.
And who are you aiming your bow at?
At the moment, nobody. I'm doing that
Okay.
slow pull as I sort of like I'm waiting.
Okay.
Not Arendelle.
Yeah. I just want to make sure you were aiming at it. Okay, so Jack here will take a total defense action, and he kind of postures himself. He moves here to try and protect his lady friend here, Shirazé.
Okay, so as you can see, I've mapped out 40 feet. That's my maximum distance. My maximum distance is 20.
Okay.
So I have to make this clear, okay? You get a lot of distance if you're running, okay? You can literally move 4 times your distance running. It even says that on your character sheet.
Okay, so
You go to the first page, down at the bottom, it'll say your speed, you have your land, temp, run. That's how far you can run.
okay, well then in that case, I want to run just to be kind of close to Escanor. I don't want to get right within the range of all of those dudes, but I want to be close to Escanor in case, I need to cast something or whatever.
Just
And,
a quick note about if you want to run, you have some AC penalties and stuff when you do that.
Okay.
So yeah, just be wary of that.
Okay. Well, so that's going to be my action, and then I'm also just like instructing my familiar to kind of stay.
Sorry, I missed your action. You're running up or you're moving up to Escanor?
Yes, running.
You ran? Okay.
I couldn't quite make
55
it.
feet.
Yeah, I couldn't quite make it. Just moving double.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know the exact rules, so I just want to look quickly what the AC penalty and stuff is. Just so
I know we
she's a
started
cat.
15. I know we started 15 minutes late, but we have 5 minutes to second.
This should probably take like 5 to 10 minutes if you guys are okay with that. If not, I know Bella
Sure.
might have
I'm
to
fine with it.
I'm good
I'm
to
fine
go along.
right
Drop
now.
off the next day.
My kids are playing, so I don't have like a dire need to get her to bed like ASAP.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna waste time looking this row. I'll just say you have -2 AC.
Okay.
Just remember that.
Is that like for the next turn? Or
Next
whatever?
round, yeah.
Okay.
Until your next turn. Sorry, and you do anything else? Or you can't really do anything else, right?
No, that's
Okay.
all. That's my entire action.
Okay. And sorry, Jose, I didn't hear what you said. You're okay to go a little bit later if we play a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Arndel, what will he do?
At least let me tell you what's going on.
Saska, this better be what you say is true. He raises his hand, he blows a whistle, and he calls the orcs off. So the orcs begrudgingly stand down, but they kind of just back up to each other, and they don't proceed to. They stay in formation though. They stay like surrounding this group here, but they don't move any. They don't move any closer. They basically just form this like perimeter kind of thing. Okay, we're gonna get out of initiative order unless any of you decide to attack here. But we're gonna.
I'm not attacking, but I'm still in a stance where if they try something, I'm charging the closest.
Okay.
Okay,
I will
yeah.
climb up to him.
Okay, so
There's my climb
Arndel
roll.
will immediately say, "Everyone, stay where you are. No one move. We need to figure out this now." Saska, what are you talking about? War of Nations. What's going on?
Okay, so this will be a quiet conversation. Okay.
Yeah. He loudly just told
Um,
everyone not to move, so everyone's staying still. Yeah.
Well, but I don't want, because I still haven't cleared them. Okay, the 2 people.
Yeah.
Jack and.
But yeah, his comment
Um,
was more to like Escanor not to like approach the group, and not Natalia not to like do anything aggressive, or those two people not to do anything, and the orcs are not moving. So everyone's staying still on like guard of each
So-
other.
Yeah.
I explained to him that. You want to RP this, or can I just say I explained the
Yeah,
situation?
sure.
Look, these people came to the mine. These clerics from some kind of sect are trying to start a war between the dwarves and Prontera. And the way they accomplished this is they came into this dwarven mining town, killed everybody, okay? And then we're going to steal the mithril and say that Prontera came into the town, killed everybody, and stole the mithril for themselves, okay? This goes way beyond, avenging some an elven family, while tragic, okay, we're talking about the war between nations, okay, where thousands, tens of thousands of people could die.
Not to mention, war is not good for the elves.
And what happens when whoever these clerics work for decide that they want to start a war between the elves and Prontera?
So let me
Because
get this
that's what I
straight.
think's going on.
You only
There's
want,
some kind of grand conspiracy going on.
So they hold mithril on them. If I give this to you, are their lives forfeit to me? Why do you need them alive? He squints at you.
Because I want to know they're part of this. I want to know if they're complicit. I want to know why they knew to come and take the missile from that specific crate. I want to question it. And also, I'm not trying to be offensive, Arendelle, but who makes you judge and jury? Why do you get to decide if they live or die?
Like I told you, it's the way of our people. They spilt elven blood. That cloak belongs to the elves. And their lives are forfeit to the elves as well for taking an elven life. That is why. Especially innocents. Those of your own kin. I thought you of all people would understand this.
You evidently don't know me very well.
Clearly I do not. He looks over everyone. We will discuss this later, Saska. I leave these two to you, but I want that elven cloak next we meet, and we have much to discuss. He goes to leave, unless you stop him.
I let him go.
He slides down the mountain and heads away, if anyone
What about the
stops him.
orcs?
Yeah, so once he's here, he makes another whistle, and the orcs start to leave unless any of you stop them. So they take like this path here. They make a wide berth around.
I will
everyone.
do the same. I'll slide down.
They walk in the. Okay.
Yeah, like they're not like walking too close to you guys. They just walk. They like growl and shout at you guys, but they like not like shout, but they just like they just grunt and stuff as they're walking away. So they are gone.
As I approach them, I put my sword away, but I keep my shield up.
Hold on, sorry. They are gone now. Arndell he leaves the area as well. And we will get out of initiative. Unless any of you want to kill these two people.
I mean, they do have an elven cloak.
So we're kind of at a good stopping point here if you want. Unless you guys want to question these guys right now. You want to do it now? It's up to you guys. I'm
The
down
problem
to-
with that is
I'm
it
down to
could
keep
take a
going.
while.
Yeah, so I'm down to keep going as long as you guys want, but if you guys want to, I know you guys got...
I kind of have an idea about questioning them. I can always just write it down and come back to it next week, but I do have kind of an idea about question.
I say it's pretty much up to Bella and Jose.
It's up to Bella.
No
Do you
pressure.
guys, can we just take like a short break for me to get Everly in bed and then come back to this?
Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
Probably like 10-ish. I have to feed her a bottle and then put her in bed, and it just sometimes she eats faster, sometimes she eats slower. So
Yeah, it's
Sounds
fine
good
with
to
me.
me.
It's
John,
up to you guys. It's fine with me. I'm good to go as long as you guys want. So
okay.
it's up to you.
I'm off the next 3 days, so I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
so give me like
see you guys in 10.
yeah, give me like 10 minutes and then we should be able to continue this for a bit.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay. Let's take a break.
I say to the two people, I hope you know I just saved your lives.
Give me a second. Okay. So you come up and you say that? Who are you saying it to? Both of them?
Yes.
So immediately the female glares at you and
I glare back.
she said, ever since we've been running into you, we've been nothing but trouble. How do we know that you guys weren't... It's your fault that we got this ambush on us.
Do you see any weapons drawn right now?
The male guy kind of speaks up and he says, yeah, we get it. It's just a little shocking. We were just peacefully on our way, and all this happens at once. It's just very confusing. You have to understand. But we appreciate it.
I scoff at him and I say, you stole 20 pounds of mithril. What did you think was going to happen? Plus, that cloak on your back, that's an elven cloak. Okay? And the person that I just talked out of killing you wants that cloak back. He tells me that you slaughtered an elven family to get that cloak. That's what he tells me.
Shiraze cuts in and says, if I may, I have a spell that will allow me to know if you're speaking the truth. Would you all mind if I cast it on you while we ask you these questions?
He looks hesitantly at you.
Have you ever seen that face that people give to other people when they go, huh? Well, how about that? I'm doing that face. Oh, how about that?
These are a lot of accusations to just throw at us.
We don't make accusations lightly, but we do need to know the truth in the matters in which we're talking about.
Please consider it carefully. There's a lot more at stake than you...
Alright, if it will ease your minds, I deny doing any of these accusations upon us. Oh wow. I did not know you had detect thoughts. I thought you were casting like Zone of Truth or some shit. So yeah, they did allow you to cast this, but I don't think I didn't understand this was the spell you're gonna cast. So are you aiming it at any of your friends, or is it just at these two?
Just at those two.
You have a cone. Okay, just at these two, and what do you get? You get their surface level thoughts, and they did agree, so I won't make them make a save.
This is basically like what Jet did to us.
Yeah. Okay, so I gotta try not
So
to meta this.
I mutter so that Bella can hear me. Excuse me, Natalia can hear me. I'm pretty angry. I probably shouldn't ask the questions. Do you want to question them?
Yeah, sorry, my kid was coughing a little bit and I was trying to hear if she
No
was still
worries.
coughing.
I just want to let you know, Bella, that it never bothers me if you have to take care of your kid.
But yeah, I can ask the questions.
I moved my character right here so that it's more like clear where the cone is. It will be those two. I'm not necessarily trying to snoop on everybody else's private thoughts.
Yeah. Well, if you did, I would just ask them to make a will save. But okay, so the surface level thoughts you get. So let me just read the spell exactly. First round, you get presence or absence of thoughts. So obviously, first round you get thoughts. Second round, number of thinking minds. Oh wait, number of thinking minds, and the intelligence score of each. What the fuck? Okay. I guess I will tell you their intelligence scores.
Right.
Hot dog.
Chick is dumb as a stump, right?
Don't meta this. This is only for Shiraze. Eva, the girl, has a intelligence score of 10.
Stump.
Jack has an intelligence score of 12. What else do I have to reveal here?
All right.
So you don't get stunned, obviously, because they don't have a high intelligence. Surface area. So yeah, I assumed you're doing this for the full 3 rounds. Okay, yeah. So now you get their like surface level thoughts.
Yes.
So Bella is AFK, but this is technically only for your knowledge anyway. So I'll just tell you their surface level thoughts. Or do you want me to wait? I can just wait.
You're
Just wait.
cutting out. Hang on a sec.
I'll just say we're just gonna wait for Bella.
Works for me.
Her connection's doing a thing right now.
Ah. Well then, we're waiting anyway. Yeah, my connection says it's good. So yeah, I don't know if... Okay, welcome back. Is anyone else hearing me like cut out at all, or?
Alright.
Sound okay to me.
Okay.
She can't hear you still.
How about now? Am I cutting out? Test, test, test. Hello, hello.
Not to me, but it sounds like she's going through what I was going through earlier.
Jeez.
Oof.
I see her lighting up too, but I can't hear her.
Damn it! I'm doing a cool RP.
There you
thing
go.
and
There you
it's
go.
Now I can
messing
hear you.
up.
Am I coming through clear? Can you hear me?
Okay, I'll see what I mean, I've still got the high latency, but I'll see if I can't. I might have to ask you to repeat yourself. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So yeah, I'll start with his surface level thoughts. So you get like a general sense of he's thinking, is this mithril even worth all this trouble? He's super worried that he's being accused.
Hold on, she can't hear you.
At all. Okay, shoot.
I got an idea. Hold on.
Just let her go to your.
Speak.
We're gonna
Speak.
switch mics so that I can hear you.
Okay. Are you good now, or? Let me know when you're good to go. I don't know if you can hear me at all.
Yeah. Hang on just a second.
Whoa, that's what you sound like?
Okay, say something.
Hello, 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 hello. Test,
Yes,
test,
I can hear you.
All right, I guess Jose get fucked. So his surface level thoughts are, so he's basically thinking of like, oh man, this mithril, is this even worth all this trouble? And then his second level, so his thoughts are kind of, I'm trying to give like a jump around of his thoughts of like what you guys were saying while you cast this. So you get that like, oh, he's thinking about the mithril and like, was this even worth all this trouble? Like, then he's also getting to like the accusation of him murdering this elven family supposedly, and he has his thoughts are like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I didn't murder any elves for this cloak. I found it in the woods. I came across it, kind of thing. And what else would he be thinking surface level? Did you guys make any other accusations or said anything directly about anything that would
Just mentioned like the stuff about like wars.
Okay, yeah, he's like super confused about like what this war stuff is about. He has no idea. So he doesn't know anything about that. Then you get to the girl, and she has thoughts of so you said, okay, yeah, so she'll think about the mithril. She'll be constantly thinking about how she's not a thief. This is clearly hers. These woods are hers, and Pronterre has no right to the mines or anything there is technically hers because she's the one who protects these woods and stuff like that. And then when you guys were talking about murdering the elves, so she has surface level thoughts of you get like a flash of, I don't know if you would see like things in her mind, but basically you get an image of like her like, I don't know how to describe this except for you see what she kind of sees in her head. So you get like a POV shot of her mauling an elf, and like this elf is like in her jaws, like it looks like she's like a wolf. And then that's all you get. And then yeah, the spell ends. How long's the duration? 1 minute? Yeah, 1 minute a level, so 4 minutes. I think it's about 4 minutes of thoughts between both of them.
Yeah.
Is it just one elf, not a family, or?
Yeah, the surface level thought she got was of a male adult elf being mauled in her jaw, like in her mouth. And you got like the sense of
And-
like an animalistic like sense. Like it didn't seem like it was her mouth. It seemed like it was like a wolf's mouth. But it was her
And
thought.
was the male elf? Could I tell like if he was wearing the cloak like Jack?
It's a quick like flash thought. Give me a perception check. If you
All right,
could,
one
like
sec.
catch everything. Oh yeah, you gotta walk back to your computer. I forgot.
She could use my perception.
No.
Just yeah. His mic reaches, but he has to cue the mic for me.
I mean, you can just be on him and roll a d20, and then I don't know what bonuses you have or whatever. But whatever's easier. I don't know. Oof. Okay, yeah, you're not sure, but I mean, you mentioned this accusation of this cloak coming from an elf, and this was her surface level thought in relation to that. So I mean, it's safe to assume that probably. Or maybe
Okay.
she just thought of an elf she killed when you mentioned it. That could be the case as well. Like, this is the case of, like, when you say, like, don't think of an elephant, you immediately start thinking of an elephant. So when you talk about murdering an elf or an accusation of murdering elves, this was, like, a thought that she had that you obtained with this spell.
Okay, so Shiraze turns to the party and she says, "They didn't do what the elf douchebag thinks that they did."
So she immediately, Eva here, she's basically, I told you, this is all nonsense. These are our woods. I don't know who that man was, but he has no right to call us murderers when who knows how many people he's murdered. If you guys really want this mithril, it's not worth all this trouble. We don't need it that much. We were just claiming what it was left out in the open and the mine was abandoned. But if it's gonna cause all these problems and risk to our lives, then I don't want it. And she hands over the mithril to whoever, Shiraze.
Okay. Shiraze.
Pretty sure Shiraze couldn't carry a 20 pound.
She just like drops it
Shiraze
immediately.
just falls over like, oh, okay. Shiraze looks at her and
So sorry, quickly,
kind of-
just because this is super valuable, someone make sure this is on someone's character sheet.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Mine. I'll carry
Okay.
it. I
Okay.
don't have a whole lot.
Yeah, so 20-pound ore of mithril. That's what it is. And sorry, go on.
So Shiraze looks at Eva, and I would assume she kind of knows their names now. I mean, she
Yeah,
read
so
their
you
mind.
got their names from their thoughts. Yeah.
She looks at Eva and she's kind of curious, and she said, "So, are you a wolf?" I'm not asking. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just curious based on the thoughts that I read.
You read my thoughts? I thought you were casting a spell to determine our truth of our words.
That is my way. That is how I determine the truth. I truly did not mean to in any way mislead you.
It's
That-
fine.
that
She
is-
weighs you off. Yes, I can shift between the true nature's way and my own way. What of it?
I'm just curious. I've never come across. I mean, I understand as a cat folk that I'm often looked on in curiosity, but I've never come across one such as yourself.
Yes, I didn't really pay attention to you all, but I assume you, of all people, should understand that nature's way is the right way. Humans, elves, dwarves, none of them respect nature like we do.
Shiraze kind of nods, and then she looks over at Saska and she says, "Saska, Jack here, he actually found the cloak. He did not kill anybody."
I told you I speak the truth. I would not murder for such a trivial cloak. It just helps me blend in with my environment. It's not very valuable.
Shiraze's kind of just waiting on everybody else to react.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna look at Natalia and say, I don't know what to do here. Arendel's not gonna stop. He's gonna come after. He's gonna come after the cloak. I don't know why he's got it such a bee up his ass for it, but
That man
Uh,
was trying to
you
kill
said
us
this
for
man
this
helped
cloak.
you out. Yes, yes, I think he will.
Hmm. I do not wish
I'll
to part with it,
turn
but
to him and tell him, if you truly want to be left alone and want no one to bother you with any of this mess again, the easiest and quickest way to achieve that will be to hand over the cloak to Saska so that he may give it to this Arendelle and appease him, and hopefully that will stop his hunt for your life.
hmm. So he's thinking, and then Eva starts speaking out. These damn people, they want everything from us. First, you guys want this mithril that was lying in our woods, and now our own possessions that we find freely in our woods.
I look at Eva and I say, I understand that you keep nature's ways, but could we perhaps pay you for it?
I'll look at her too and say, look, I don't want your cloak. I'm telling you, if you want to be left alone and stop having this man hunt you, the quickest and easiest way is to give up the cloak. But if you don't mind fending off the next attack of orcs and him, then by all means keep it. We came here to try to save you and warn you. Warning has been given.
Give me a
Right.
diplomacy along with
I'm nodding as she's saying that, and I speak up and say, I'm not taking anything. I'm just warning you.
Hmm.
We didn't have to come here. We didn't have to stop them from taking it off your corpses.
So Jack kind of speaks up. He says, "We appreciate it. It's just that it's all of a sudden we're being told to drop our possessions and things we've found freely in
Come
our
on,
own
Jack.
territory.
The mithril didn't belong to you.
This is true, but it didn't belong to them either."
It wasn't
starts,
lying around in your woods. It was lying inside of a crate where Escanor's father mined it up out of the ground. You can twist the words all you want, but you stole it.
He kind of squints his eyes, but he starts undoing like his cloak, and he hands it to Natalia specifically, and he says, are our lives safe now? Will we be bothered by this man again?"
I hope so, but I can't promise you yes. I don't know the inner workings of this man's head. All I know is he told Saska that he wanted that cloak next time he met with him. And if he didn't have it, I assume he would come after you again. I hope this is enough, but if it isn't, I will come in and help you.
Why are you guys taking this man's orders, by the way?
Shiraza kind of scoffs and she's like, I'm not taking any orders. You know,
It
I
seems
don't
you're
know.
doing his bidding. He wants my cloak, and here you are getting it.
I
Well,
am merely providing you a warning. I do not care either way if you keep the cloak or hand it over. I'm just a messenger providing you the warning because, for reasons I'm sure you can understand, I couldn't just let him come assassinate you.
I appreciate it.
Yes, in fact, you know, we were told not to interfere, and we did. So we're definitely not, you know, doing his bidding, as it were. We're just trying to do what we think is right and what will give you the best chance to survive.
I do appreciate it. Wait, you were told not to interfere? This man does not sound like he can be trusted.
Oh,
Yeah,
trust me,
Faye-
I don't trust him at all.
To be quite honest, I'd like to use my little truth spell on him too.
So just quickly, Bella, so he hands this cloak specifically to you. If you want to put on your character sheet, it's a cloak of elven kind.
'Kay.
Yeah, as long as you have that name, you can look it up later if you want, or I'll add the details of it anyways. But just as long as you have the name of it. So yeah, he hands that cloak to you, and then he says, "I don't think we ever exchanged names, but I wish you luck on your quest, and I suggest you don't trust this man. Sounds like he has ulterior motives if he lied to you about what we did. And I only trust this cloak with you." And he looks at everyone else, and he kind of just backs away after he hands it to Natalia. And they just kind of just back up, and they just kind of start talking to themselves for a bit, but they're not like leaving yet. So if you guys want to have a quick chat or anything, but they're just talking amongst themselves quickly.
I just want to get the cloak to Arendelle.
So then, yeah, eventually he speaks up and he says, "If there's anything else, or are we free to go?"
Shirazade nods. Yes, you may go. I wish you well.
Good luck. And then
Same to you.
leave. Unless you had anything as they're walking away.
Can I pick up his trail?
Yeah, you could pick up his trail if you wanted. Or what, his, you mean Jack?
No. Arendelle.
You can attempt, yeah. I don't know how much longer you guys want to go, but yeah.
I really
don't
only
have
had
a whole
one
lot
more
longer.
thing.
Sorry, what'd you say, Bella?
I said I just don't have a whole lot longer. I need to log off as soon as Jeff gets home, and that should be like in the next probably 10 minutes.
Okay, I think then we should probably stop.
So
around
when
here. Unless you
okay,
can
so
get-
when they leave, do you give me the cloak or do you keep it?
For now, I keep it.
Okay.
All right, you guys want to do experience real quick, or do you have any quick?
I just want the rest of the party to know that when Sasuke gets the cloak and he returns it to Arendelle, he's gonna basically give him the cloak and the bow and say, you can stick the bow up your ass. He's kind of done with Arendelle.
Jesus.
It's not worth it. The bow is not worth the shit that he is pulling.
All right. Anything from anyone else before we do experience?
Nope.
All right. So quickly, 200 experience for Jaeger for that recap.
200?
Was
Should
it
be only
100? Was it?
Should
Oh,
be
it was
100.
100?
Yeah, it's
okay,
usually
sorry.
just 100.
Sorry.
I did a really good job.
No. If it was 100, it's 100.
I mean, if you want to split the 200 with me, since I filled in some
Sorry, I
blanks
messed
there.
up. I warned you, my brain is not 100% today. 100 for recap. Each of you 200 experience for role playing. Good role play. You guys finished up the mine thing. Let me just add experience for that. You got some good information this session. That was worth some good experience. You're uncovering a lot of the plot. I didn't think you'd figure out this fast. There's some experience for you guys. Did anyone even make an attack roll this session? Pretty good. You didn't,
I don't think so.
You solved a lot of the combat situations without combat, so that's pretty good.
We were pretty diplomatic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So after all that, let me just
Yeah, I think the only things that really happened in combat was like people potentially casting defensive shit just in case, like my shield spell, but no one actually physically attacked.
Yeah, so this might be a little bit.
I was gonna.
This might be a little lighter on experience, just because there's a lot of like in between quests going on that aren't fully solved.
Yeah.
All right.
But so yeah, make sure everyone took the 200 for the role play, each person, and each person take another 1,250.
So 1450 each.
Yes. Does that level anyone, or is anyone close to leveling or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
we're at like 10,000 ish out of 15 for a level. We
Ooh.
just leveled, so we're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
we're a bit away.
Ooh, okay. Whew. That was quite the session. Good job, guys. I enjoyed that.
Me too.